Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Push Network. I'm your host and lots of excited LV. Joining me is the one, the only. Sorry, because I got to pay respect to this person. The one, the only, Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
Who's respecting?
I'm respecting you.
Nah.
That's doctor respect. That's what it is. It's doctor respect.
I don't know if I want to be confused with
what's his name? Ooh, because I think he got into some trouble lately.
Not to be confused with
yeah,
Dr.
for allegedly messaging minors through Twitch's Whisper app.
Is that the new information that came out, or was that the past?
I mean, that was whatever came out like a year ago or 6 months ago, or whatever it was last summer. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah,
whatever. It's fine.
His name was in the news lately, and I'm gonna leave that where it's at. You can research it wherever. But everybody, we are welcoming back this guest. He knows how much I love him, how much I respect him. You can check out our EXPs. You can check our past discussions. You know, he is just an all-around amazing guy. I love when I get to engage with him, do multiple conversations. He's a former co-host of the Crossroads PlayStation podcast. Everybody, please welcome the one, the only, the amazing Austin Campbell. I had to take a breath because I have to make sure that I do it just right.
I was almost going to offer you my inhaler. I didn't know if you were going to run out of breath there. So it's good to be here. It's good to be here. Yeah, me and Ed, lots of conversations, sometimes all in one conversation. One conversation is like, you ever have those text messages conversations with someone and it's like you're having two different conversations at the same time. Me and my wife do that. Me and Ed, it's like 5.
That's me and Corey. That's me and Corey on a daily basis.
Yeah, every day.
Like, man.
Well, what happens is like I'll text Ed something and then I have another thought, and by the time he replies, I have already ADHD'd out and like messaged him about something else. So that's what medication is for.
Oh wow!
Yes. Yeah, it's fine.
If you take it, you gotta take it. You gotta take it first.
Oh, I take it. It's
you
good.
want it? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it's delightful.
Sometimes people are like, "Yeah, I got medication." I'm like, yeah, but do you take it? No. Oh, okay. Are you okay? You got it.
Right.
That's
well.
What we call
dude,
that.
If I don't take it, my whole day is ruined. It's gone.
People who have pills that don't take it are what we call moneymakers. Sometimes.
Wow.
Depending on where you live.
Yep. Fair enough. Yep.
We actually had customers at my job get their like medication, and you know how they selling it to other kids and stuff. And one of these kids was just trying to come in to get a refill, and our pharmacy had to deny him because he was just like, "We just gave you a refill 2 days ago. We had 30 pills. What did you do?" You just like, "Well, I lost them." And they were just like, "We're not giving you another refill at all."
Yeah.
Just like,
I mean, they're really strict on that. I mean, I went in because I don't know what happened. I must have taken like 2 in one day a couple times because I forgot or that I took it already or something. And like I went in like 3 days early to get mine, and they wouldn't give it to me.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, they told me I had to wait 3 days or have my doctor call them. But by the time my doctor called them, it was like 3 days anyway. So it's like, just wait.
I can believe it. When my wife, she worked for a vet clinic, people took dog medication and they would try to get refills on it. It's like, this is way too fast. Like dog medication. They would take dog pills that had the same kind of effects. So it's...
Yep.
Yeah, we have...
Pharmacists, we salute you. Doing a good job.
We do salute you. Us as managers,
best pharmacist.
Shout out to Stephanie.
I got excited. I saw Stephanie on the show notes, and then I was like, "There's no Stephanie. What happened?"
Yeah, not this week. She was on last week.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. I know you enjoyed that. She'll be back. I promise.
She will.
Just not tonight, or today, or this morning, or whenever you're listening to this.
Or this lovely Monday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna guess that you're listening to this on Monday morning. You want to start
You
your
better
week
be
off
listening
right.
to this on Monday morning or watching.
Yeah.
Yes.
Starting
Come
your
watch
week
the
off
premiere.
Oh, good times, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Austin, before we get into the show, what are your initial thoughts about the Switch 2?
Oh man. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the trailer, I was like, cool. But then I was like, I guess I was just half watching it because someone pointed out the new Mario Kart game, and I was like, oh, all right, well, I guess I'm getting a new Switch. That's all I need to know. It's Mario Kart. New Mario Kart's coming out. And I personally love the new look. I like the little round characters that they got going on. Donkey Kong's a little weird, little special, but
Little Donkey Kong Jr. going on there.
yeah, so that I can learn to live with that. I'm very excited because this is still I still have it's day one Switch, and it is getting hot. It is getting very hot to play in my hands, so I don't even hold it anymore.
Yeah, I put some games on my day one Switch for my kids, and they play it sparingly, but they play it sometimes. And man, I gave it to my son today because we were all playing Mario Party, and he didn't want to play Mario Party with us, so he played he was playing
Ninja Turtles.
I don't know, something else. Yeah, probably Ninja Turtles or no, he was playing Mario Wonder, I think.
Oh, okay.
And man, dude, I was like, what is that sound? And I look up and it's my Switch. I'm like, oh my gosh, this thing is like gonna take off. He's gonna fly away.
If your Switch starts to sound like a PS4, that's danger.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, mine sounds worse than my PS4 ever did. So
that's bad.
Yeah, it's fine though. It didn't blow up yet.
Yeah,
it did run out of battery awfully quickly though. Like within like an hour, it lost all battery.
Wow.
But it's because I don't ever use it or play it, right? So it's been sitting, so the battery has been, depleting over time.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta imagine the battery health not very high on the day one Switch. Not very high.
Yeah, very low.
But
very low.
Switch 2, very excited. I'm excited. I need a new. I haven't been playing much Nintendo Switch. I would like to play it, but I need a rejuvenation, I think. And I think Switch 2 will be it. It'll be like, here are the new games, here's the new lineup, here's the new system. I'll be right back into it, I think. So I'm very excited for a fresh start for Nintendo. It's only been 8 years.
Yeah.
So
it's time.
It's time.
It's definitely time. So I'm ready. I'm ready for something new. Ready for it to be yeah. Let's make it happen. Let's have something new, Like, don't get me wrong. And we're going to talk about this later because Nintendo did say that they do want to continue supporting the Switch, right? But like,
let's not.
I have thoughts. I have thoughts. They're good thoughts, okay? But and I think you'll agree with me once you hear me out. But anyways.
Okay.
Anyways, I can't tell if either of you are like, because you both are frozen on my screen for some reason. And so like, I don't know if like I can't tell if you're like,
we're giving
whatever. Like, I don't know if I should refresh the window or if I should just like leave it as is, It's like,
I think if you want to refresh it, go ahead. It's up to you.
Oh.
He's coming back.
There it goes.
I hope that worked.
Now you see that Ed took his shirt off. You didn't realize that when it was frozen.
Oh no, not in this cold weather. Oh no, not that.
You're not one of those towns that goes and dives in the river butt naked just to say that it's cold outside.
Oh,
I do not live in the city of Chicago.
That's
They don't do that mess.
That's all y'all northern folk do. In the South, we don't do that, but northern folk,
No, we took too much time perfecting the house for me to go outside. It's fine.
Yeah. That's some crazy Midwestern stuff that I don't touch. The hood folks like me, we don't touch that.
Yeah.
And if someone put can't touch that.
Oh jeez. I don't want to know.
So, well, everybody, how about we get into some Pow Block?
Yeah. That's the show we're doing. Yes,
I thought we were in Pow Block already.
Ed's confused. Ed's lost. I think he lost his spot.
Meaning that we want to get into this housekeeping so that we can start the show. Well, this is Nintendo Pow Block, the Nintendo podcast for Boss Rush Media and the Boss Rush Network. You can catch us every Monday morning on your favorite podcast app, on YouTube, and on our free tier over on Patreon. If you want to support us, you can head over to patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, and for as little as $1 a month, you get a 2-week early access to Expansion Pass, 1 month early access to Video Game Book Club, exclusive access to Power Block 1-Up episodes, and more. If you can't support us financially, no big deal. Leave us a 5-star rating and a nice review on podcast apps, or subscribe to us on YouTube and leave a comment or a like. You can find all of our podcasts and more content like daily banters, features, reviews, and more over on our website, bossrush.net. So anything current going on? I know for me, everybody, my Blade Chimera review is up, so you guys go read that. I will be having some more Boss Rush banners up coming soon. I apologize for the delay, everybody. We had some things at work that happened at some other stores, so I have been helping them out, so I haven't been able to write for a bit because of me being at other stores, but I will be having some content up this week, hopefully. Anything, Corey or Austin, for you guys?
I wrote a thing for the website in the first time this year. It's the let's see, hold on, what is it? I know what it is. Nintendo and Microsoft will both benefit from the availability of Xbox games on Switch 2. It went up on Saturday, so you can read that. Basically, it was how both sides will benefit from Xbox moving multi-platform, which I know isn't exactly shocking statement, but there's ways I think Nintendo will benefit specifically from this. And Ed, we talked about it before, where
yes,
Nintendo doesn't make anything anywhere close to something like Halo, right? I mean, or Gears, or even Forza, right? So having those types of games on their platform will benefit them without them having to pour money into that kind of thing. So, Return of Perfect Dark on Nintendo platform, that could happen, right?
Hey, that'd be cool. Hopefully not on the original Switch.
Oh no. Dude, that N64 version barely runs on the NSO. Oh man.
Just like it did on the regular N64, so
yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. It's rough.
I'm not gonna lie, if you would have played Perfect Dark, just do the rare replay. You can get rare replay back on. That's the best way to play, to be honest.
Yeah, same with Banjo-Kazooie. The Xbox 360 versions of those games are amazing.
Yeah, that was the first game I played on the Xbox One when I got one, was the rare replay stuff. I loved it.
Yeah.
I even liked playing Cameo.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Cameo wasn't terrible.
For a little bit.
It wasn't good. It wasn't terrible.
I played it on rare replay.
Ed's just mad that it got moved off of GameCube and became an Xbox 360 title.
Oh, they could keep that on 360. I was just like, what is this nonsense?
If it was on GameCube, Ed would have been like, Cameo is the most underrated game of all time. It didn't get its
No,
love.
because I didn't like Star Fox Adventure from Rare on GameCube.
I did. Not really.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was okay.
It was questionable content.
It was okay. At best.
Yes.
Man, I still have the N64 box where that was Dinosaur Planet.
Uh-huh.
And it had Dinosaur Planet on the back of the N64 box. Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Good times, huh?
All right.
Video games.
But you guys, how about we get into SNACKTENDO? And as our guest, Austin, what have you been snacking on?
Well, tomorrow is Super Bowl as the time recording this, so I haven't done a lot of my snacking yet. However, when we were going to buy snacks for the Super Bowl, we found the Blackberry Dr. Pepper, which I had not tried. Now, I'm not a fan of Dr. Pepper, but I will try new flavors whenever they come out. My wife is a huge Dr. Pepper fan. I have to say I do like the Blackberry Dr. Pepper. I think Dr. Pepper should stop making regular Dr. Pepper and just make flavored ones because their flavored ones are better. You know,
I love the cherry. The cherry Dr. Pepper.
See, the cherry was fine. Vanilla, strawberry cream, whatever. Anything to get the Dr. Pepper taste out is great.
I'm a big fan of just cherry flavored soda in general. I mean, cherry Pepsi, cherry Coke, the Code Red Mountain Dew. You know, you put cherry and stuff. Seems to taste good in liquid form. You know,
I would be surprised if you did the cream and cherry Pepsi, Corey.
I didn't say cream of cherry. I just said cherry. I don't do I don't do cream soda. Nope.
Yeah, they have a cream and cherry Pepsi out now. Austin.
I would try a cream and cherry, but cream soda is nasty. Cream soda, I would. You never seen that meme where the guy's crawling through the desert? If I saw a cream soda, no, I'd die.
So I will say when it comes to cream soda, I'm a Aldi's kind of cream soda because I grew up drinking Aldi's cream soda. Because it was the only flavor that nobody else you couldn't get cream soda and Coke or Pepsi. They weren't making it, and ours and 7-Up, they weren't making cream soda or anything. Because even A&W didn't get their cream soda until I think sometime in the 2000s, mid 2000s. So the only one who had cream soda was Aldi. And Dominic's and Jules might have had their in grocery store cream soda, but Aldi's was if you wanted cream soda, they're the ones that had it, and they was the best.
Still a no for me.
Yeah, it's too sweet. It's too
Really?
Yeah, I'm underselling how much I would drink Dr. Pepper way before cream soda. I can't.
What was the first cream soda that you tried?
It was probably either A&W or IBC. Those are the two big ones. And I like IBC root beer. I like A&W root beer. But cream soda, just nope. No.
It might have been, I think for a lot of people, it might have been A&W cream soda. I know Barks make a cream soda, but they still didn't make it into the 2000s. Later on in the 2000s.
To me, like mushrooms. I'm not a fan of mushrooms. And I gave it all my might to try and like them when I tried fried mushroom. If I don't like deep fried mushrooms, I'm not gonna like it. Soda, I feel like if you don't like it in the glass bottle, which is the best way to drink soda, you're just not gonna like it. And that's kind of just how it ended up. It was just nope. I even like Dr. Pepper in the bottle. But
Yeah, mushrooms is more of a like a piece of topping sometimes, and like the Swiss cheese like burgers that they put mushrooms on. That's the only time that I eat it. I don't eat it on anything
See,
else.
I turn into a picky child again whenever I see a mushroom on pizza. I'm like, no. I'm
Mm.
just like picking it out of here. And I like supreme pizza. I like peppers, onions, all that stuff, but get the mushrooms out of here. I'm just like, shoo.
Yep, get them out. Don't need them. Don't want them.
I want fungus.
Mhm.
I got enough between my toes.
Oh, wow.
TMI.
Wow.
But blackberry Dr Pepper, I like it. I like blackberry flavored stuff though. Blackberry cobbler is my favorite. Cobbler, blackberry, everything. Let's go.
Did it just drop? Did it just come out?
Yeah, well, it's been out for at least I'd say a month or two, but we had just found it in stores.
Okay. Then
So
we probably don't have it yet, so I have to check for it.
yeah, they have them in the 12 packs and they have them in the little single bottles as far as I've seen.
Single
so far.
boss.
So
Okay.
other than that, that's kind of pretty much it. Oh, I tried the Post Malone Oreos. We got those. Those are the other thing at the store.
I just seen them. I seen the ad for them, but I haven't seen them in the stores.
They're good. They're good. The sea salt caramel's good. They even have the little sea salt kernels in there. Add that little extra salt kick to it. So I really liked them. They're in a very small pack and they're overpriced because, it's Post Malone and they're selling the name.
In this Oreos.
But, and it's Oreos, but they were good. They were good. I'd try them once. I'd recommend people trying them once. So
I tried them once.
and they're not better than my dark chocolate Oreos, which are my favorite, and the caramel coconut.
Really?
Second favorite, yes. So they're not better than that.
The vanilla and the vanilla lemons are
Vanilla lemon
for cork.
third. Vanilla lemon is third. Those are my favorite.
Okay.
So
And then the regular Oreos. I do like the fudge Oreos too. Those are good.
Yeah. So that's it. Not too much snacking. Till tomorrow. Then it's going down.
Corey. Oh yeah.
What do you want?
What you been snacking on, man?
Well, I had a massive burrito today. That was
delicious. The fatty fats.
Yeah, man. It was I don't know. It was more of like a celebration that certain things are over now and not really a cheat thing because I need to like stop eating like garbage and drinking so much caffeine and all this other stuff. But yeah, I had a massive burrito and it was delicious. And I brought home some brownies, which were also delicious.
Where's your burrito from? Your local place or?
Yeah, it's from a place called Casa del Rio. It's like a local small chain. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
It's kind of like if your local sit down Mexican restaurant was like Chipotle.
Gotcha.
It's that kind of like, you put together your food items, but it's like traditional sit down Mexican restaurant style food and not Chipotle food. So, it's really good. My wife gets a taco salad, which I also had some of that as well because I'm fat and she didn't finish it.
Salad doesn't count. Salad's no calories, as far as I'm concerned.
Tell that to the thick, puffy shell that was crispy and delicious.
Sometimes you want to get the salad just for that shell, dude.
That's the only reason why I don't get it is because I know my wife's going to have a ton of it left over and I'll just eat that. And like the fattest part is like I save the stuff that falls out of my burrito and I scoop it up with the taco salad shell.
And just look around, just be like, no one's looking.
No, everybody's looking. My kids are looking. My wife's looking. It's fine. My wife signed up for this. Okay, she's free to go whenever she wants. Okay, this is what she signed up for. Okay, if she didn't know, then she's I don't know, wasn't paying attention. which is
Wow.
Listen,
sure.
Me and my wife's first date, I didn't hide nothing. We went to Olive Garden. I ate multiple breadsticks. I said, "Hey, they're free. They're not free, but they keep coming. So they
Right.
keep coming. I'm gonna keep eating as long as I'm still hungry." So
Right. Why wouldn't you? They're
great.
I mean, endless breadsticks. I mean,
And they're buttery and good.
Oh yeah,
Nice and
and they're
soft.
fresh. They're amazing.
man, good times.
Mm.
I mean, endless breadsticks and salad is like the greatest deal ever.
Oh yeah, when it's soup salad
yeah.
breadstick time, it's like, well, used to be $6.99. It's probably like $8.99 now or something like that. But still, it's a good deal.
It's probably more like $12.99 now.
Yeah.
Good times. Love it. Love it.
Ooh,
Love it.
excuse me. Anything else, Corey?
I don't think so. So I gotta say, I really like that monk fruit Red Bull,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like I can't buy it in bulk because it's way too expensive, and like I can't be buying it from the gas station every day, you know. So like I have to like drink it sparingly, but
Yeah.
oh my gosh, going back to like I have a regular one open right now, and it's like what am I doing? You know,
Monk
it's like
fruit Red Bull. This is new
yeah,
to me.
Mhm.
yeah, it's like this. It's like this natural fruit. Yeah, it's like this natural fruit sweetener that's not sugar, but it's also not the processed sugar. I mean, it's all
Yeah.
Like
processed. It's
kind of
Red
like
Bull, right? But,
stevia or like stevia type deal.
no, it's like
Um,
no, it's like a real thing. It's like something that grows in the ground. But
Yeah, extract. Yeah, it's monk fruit extract and sweetener.
yeah, I don't really know how to
Huh.
describe it, but it's amazing, man. It's like I never want to go back to regular Red Bull ever again.
Huh.
It's
I
that good.
see. I'm not a Red Bull guy, but my wife drinks Red Bull, but I was always a Monster person, and I would always drink the zero ones, and I didn't like the regular Monster. I would only drink the
Mhm.
zero ones.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I figured Red
Yeah.
Bull might be the same way. Which I've gotten off energy drinks. I only drink one, maybe two a year now. But
Two.
when I was
Oh man,
drinking
I drink
them,
one or two a day.
Yeah, this one is the zero Red Bull. I think that's the only monk flavor, monk fruit. I think it's only for zero.
I'll have to find it because I'll get one every now and then just to try like different flavors because I actually
So
like
I
the
found
flavor.
found the sync. The one that I found was at Target.
Okay.
I'm about to look for it.
It's
Red Bull Zero.
man, it's so good though. I need to get some more. I need to figure out where I can buy it in bulk that's cheaper than like, you know.
$25.
They probably don't got it at like Sam's or Costco yet, do they?
I don't really know, to be honest.
So right now, I think it's just the single ones. Because we haven't even got it in package form just yet. I think because it's a new kind, I think they just do like displays and like sometimes in the coolers and stuff. I think it's just the single ones for right now.
Yeah, if they get popular enough, they'll start getting in bulk more.
Yeah, because mine's is a 12 ounce that I found. That's the only size that I found was a 12 ounce.
Yeah, that's the only kind I find too. Well, there's the 8 ounce ones too, but who's drinking that? You know, look at me. I'm a large human being. That's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
That's a swig.
That's how I was like, I've got to get the big can. There ain't the little one's not doing nothing.
Yeah. Like,
Plus, I'm always thirsty. Like I just drink a lot of liquid. Period. If I get water, it's in a big can. If it's everything's in a big can. Big deal. So
yeah. So yeah. That stuff's so good though, man. I gotta find it. Now I gotta go look for it.
The last Red Bull I had was that iced vanilla berry, and it was pretty good.
That one is so good.
I've never had any of the flavored ones until now, and the only reason why I tried it is because they were out of the other, like the normal ones.
Oh, the sugar free ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at their website now. I didn't even know about the wild berries one. Coconut berry is my favorite. It's if you like coconut
Is
flavor,
that the
it's
white one?
yes. If you like coconut flavor,
Okay.
it's a strong coconut flavor. If you don't like coconut, don't get that one.
Yeah, those flavors I haven't tried yet. But this one I definitely try because I don't like the regular Red Bull.
Me either.
Unless I'm doing shots.
Oh yeah. I remember when I had Red Bull and vodka because I was with my friend and she didn't want. She's like, I got this Red Bull and vodka, now I don't want it. And I'm like, all right. So she traded me for the beer that I had, and I was like, oh, this is crazy. This is good. I'll get another one. And I started to think, you're not supposed to be mixing these together, really. And yeah, it was a crazy night. Red Bull and vodka, wild. Never got it again.
Yeah. Well, is that all, Corey?
That's all I can think of at the moment.
Okay.
So yes.
Well, for me, everybody, this past Sunday I have had sushi with eel on it and with eel sauce, and it has changed my life in a certain way. Yes, it's so sweet and savory. You would think me like, ugh, this is weird. I have gotten so many comments on my social media about it. They were just like, yeah, when I can find it in stores, I buy some eel sauce. It's kind of in a way a little bit better than teriyaki sauce. It's not, I mean, it has a great taste, a great sweetness to it. The eel itself was fine. It's kind of I was telling an associate at work that it it has a meat taste to it, but it's like it doesn't have a seasoned taste to it. And I think the eel sauce gives it some flavor to make it sweet, and everything. It was very tender. It goes great with the avocado. And it had crab. It was a California roll, so it had the imitation crab and stuff in it, and it was just so good and just so right. I almost fell asleep for a good 2 minutes in the restaurant because it was so good. But I had my miso soup, so I had to drink that. I had to eat that with time. So that was really, really good. They had my banana drink at the Chinese or the Japanese market, so I was so happy to have some of that. Had the Katina chicken bowl from Taco Bell. Mixed. I actually put mild sauce in it to mix it up, and so good. So I had Taco Bell. My associate ordered me a cheese pizza for Domino's, so that was really good. Had a chicken parmesan also from Domino's, which was always good. And then today, the day of the recording, I had a chicken sandwich from Checkers / Rallies, and some of their seasoned fries, and that was delish. So that's pretty much what I've been snacking on. We don't have our Easter snacks out just yet, so I'm waiting to see what we get from new for Easter. We still got a Valentine's Day candy out, so nothing is different with that. It's gummies, chocolates, there's all of that stuff. So
I saw Peep cereal at Walmart today. They already had some Easter stuff out at our Walmart, and Peep cereal was on it. I was like, no.
I still don't understand why that's a thing.
It's popular. It's still a thing. It's popular. I don't know if Pepsi's going to do the Peeps Pepsi. It'd be interesting to see if they did. You know what? It grew on me. Definitely when it was like $1.05.
To be fair, though, I was weird because I liked the Fire Pepsi because I like cinnamon flavored. So, and no one, I feel like no one liked Fire Pepsi. But
the cinnamon Mountain Dew was disgusting.
Oh, I didn't have the cinnamon Mountain Dew. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was that one, and then it was the flaming hot ones. of the Mountain Dew. And I'm like,
have you seen the Flamin' Hot Pickle Cheetos?
Mm-hmm.
No, I have not.
I've seen them online. I've never seen them in store. I'm gonna have to try those. Flamin' Hot Dill
We
Pickle.
have we had the golden sriracha Doritos and the cheese pizza Cheeto puffs. That's the last time kind of chips. Yeah. So yeah, that's the last ones that I've seen. So that's all I've been snacking on. So and the M&M peanut butter and jelly M&Ms I tried. It's fine. Like I said. One of our associates was
peanut butter and jelly in the same M&M, or are they peanut butter M&M and jelly M&Ms and
peanut butter and jelly in the same M&M.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're the size of the peanut butter M&Ms, like they're a little bit big, and so you can taste the peanut butter, and then inside the peanut butter is the jelly flavor. It's like I think it's a grape flavor.
Something about jelly not being in the fridge bothers me. Like,
if you are used to eating Smuckers, that's the taste of
like
it.
the Uncrustables or the Smuckers. Jelly.
Yeah, those or I think Smuckers make the jelly and peanut butter all in one jar. That one.
Yeah, I've gotten too bougie on my jelly because I don't eat very much of it, and now so I get I really just get like preserves now, like homemade blueberry jam, homemade peach jam, local stuff. So I've gotten a little too bougie.
Have you did it with butter, like jelly and butter together, like on the biscuit or something, Austin?
I have. I feel like the butter's just another fat that I don't need, but it's good.
Yeah, I never knew what the combination was for. I thought it was just something like I think if you just want to taste something different or just have the snack.
If you got like salted butter, you get a little of that sweet and salty together. Unsalted butter, I'm not sure what it really does, but to me, it's just unnecessary. I could just deal with just jelly on a biscuit's good with me,
Okay. I don't know how many people still do it. I think I was just wondering if that's like people just do it as like a snack or something. Nothing major.
I dated a girl that put egg yolk on her toast and jelly. That was like, and that was the thing.
I think me and Corey both made that face like.
My dad did that.
Yeah, so it is a thing. I've heard more people do it now, but I just was like, no.
I know. I wouldn't like that egg.
But it's like, are you talking about like a raw egg yolk or like?
So like if you get like a sunny side egg,
like a dippy egg type thing.
Yeah. You take like the yellow yolk and start putting it on the toast, and then the jelly on there. I was like,
yeah, my dad did that. My dad did that when I was younger. Yeah, he probably still does it. I don't know. I haven't lived there in like,
once she revealed that to me, I started noticing other people doing that, and so it is a thing. I'm
gonna need you to cook my egg sunny side up or something, or scramble and throw it on the toast.
Well, let me tell you. My when I used to work at the restaurant, two of the biggest things that were ordered. Not like all the time, but often enough to make it make you question if it was like a thing. People would order over easy egg on their burger, and people would order peanut butter on their burger.
Yeah,
I love egg on my burger. I love a good breakfast burger. You put the egg, hash brown, bacon on the burger. That's you're gonna be sleeping afterwards, but it's great.
I've never done that one.
Yeah, I mean that makes more sense than the peanut butter to me.
I've heard the peanut butter is good. Supposedly that's a Elvis Presley thing. Like it was like a big deal he did, but I don't know.
He didn't know what he was doing. He was high all the time. Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knows?
They need to stop filling the description.
Jeez.
Well, everybody, it's time to talk about what we've been playing with Power. And Corey, what have you been playing with Power?
Oh my gosh, where do I start? Man, so I've been playing. We'll start on non-Nintendo stuff first. I've been playing Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, and I am through chapter 6 or 7.
Ooh.
And it's good. The more I play it, the more I'm like, man, this game feels old. Because it is, right? I mean, it's 20 years old at this point. Like, but like, the more I play it, the more I'm excited to see what Platinum can do with a new one. Because there's a lot of great ideas. There's a lot of great, cool weapons, and it's just a very 360 PS3 era game, right? It's very linear. There's not a lot of exploration within the levels. There's, there's a left way to this hallway and a right way. If you go the right way, you find a chest, and then you go the left way to go up the stairs, right? Like, it's very one of those. But I do like the weapons. I do think the combat feels very like evolved from like a God of War type game, right? Like, it's very fast paced, a lot of cool weapons, a lot of almost rock paper scissors esque weapons where like you kind of have to match your weapons to the enemy's weapons. You don't have to, but it like really helps if you know that like, oh, the staff beats the size and the swords beat the claws, and I don't know if that's really what it is, but you know what I mean. Like, if you know which weapons counter the other weapons better, then you might have an easier time or a better time. It's a lot easier than I remember. I'm playing on normal, and like I'm just like flying through the game.
That's what it seems like. I've been seeing a lot of people who like streaming it and playing it. It looks easier.
It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier than I remember. Granted, I'm only like a third of the way through the game, but like I remember the silver like train boss in the subway being extremely difficult on Xbox 360, and it is just one of I flew through it. Like, I flew through it. So like, I don't know if I was just like, if I'm just amazing at video games, which I know I'm not, or if this game is just like, games have just gotten harder and more sophisticated over time, that this just feels like its simplicity in general just makes it feel easier. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. It's really cool though. I'm enjoying it, and I'm excited to see what Platinum does with a fourth one. I also downloaded Sigma and Razor's Edge because I don't know if I'll play all the way through them, but I do want to play them just to be like, oh well, I want to, because I played Razor's Edge on Wii U right when it came out.
Yeah,
it was one of the 4 or 5 games I bought at launch for that thing, or around launch, and I remember it being good. It wasn't amazing, but it was good, right? I just remember the only thing I remember from that game though is that the purple-haired ninja chick from Dead or Alive is in it.
Okay,
that's all I remember. So that's what I've been playing there. I have also been, kind of continuing my journey through Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. It's starting to feel samey. This was it shouldn't be a criticism, because this is the first one of the 2 2D games that Retro did, right? But it's like, I really miss the other Kongs and the variety of movesets that they offer, right? Like Cranky and Dixie, and even Funky Kong to an extent. But like, you can't really criticize that, because this, you're supposed to play this one first. This is just like a remaster, right? So I can't take points from it. I think the level design is really simplified from Tropical Freeze. It definitely feels like the first one, of these 2. So it's very pretty, and it's very colorful, and difficult at points. But I also the way that Donkey Kong controls it makes me wonder why people think Donkey Kong is superior to Super Mario Brothers. It's just like there's no way that it is, right? Like it's just
Mario just has tighter controls.
I know, but that's what I'm saying though. I'm like people swear up and down that Donkey Kong Country is a better platformer than any Mario game. I'm like, no, I don't think so. And this just reaffirms that all of that. It's a very good game and it's a very specific type of platformer, right? But it's just like, man, I want to see it through. I want to finish it. But there are so many other things coming up, and like I want to start my Xenoblade run for the year, and we'll talk about another series that I've got sucked into this week without warning. So and then I've been playing my Disney Dreamlight Valley kick, and I've kind of actually obsessively been trying to figure out Disney Speedstorm. I'm playing it out of spite because of the monetization, and like I'm trying to like optimize the not paying for anything route of getting these characters. It's not working very well because they want you to pay for characters, and like every week they have a max out deal, right? Where like you can. This is a straight up like RPG racing game, right?
Mhm.
All the characters have levels. As you progress in levels, you unlock different powerful moves that you can use on top of the items, like Mario Kart items. And so like, and then as you level up your character, those moves become more powerful, but then you can also like level up the moves. But like there's specific currencies that you earn to level those up, but then you can buy packs of the currencies.
I think a rule for me is if it has more than 2 currencies, I'm just out. If there's more than 2 currencies, I'm gonna do.
There are 6 currencies in this game. There's the generic character leveler called shards. They're the generic ones that can be used across all characters. There are the character specific shards. There are the crew member shards, which are like the little add-ons you can add on to your character, like kind of like badges that adds perks to your characters, like this character adds 2% acceleration or whatever,
right?
Those types of things. Then there's the seasonal currency, which like whatever season is going on, like right now it's the Incredibles, so like the Incredibles seasonal currency is the currency that you're supposed to use. Then there's the blue Speedstorm currency, which is what you use to purchase characters, right? And you can earn that by playing through the game, or you can buy the currency.
Yeah.
Then there's the yellow Speedstorm currency, which you use to buy like the levelers for characters, which you can unlock through the game, but also you can buy that. And then there's the what do they call it? The vanity currency, which is like, oh, you want your cart to be a different color? You can spend this currency, but you can only earn that through the game or buy it. You can only buy that currency with a different currency.
Oh no!
So it's like, what are you doing? And then so the thing is like what I was getting at was every week they have a maxed out character purchase deal. And to buy a fully maxed out character, just one character out of the 82 characters that there are, it's $40 to buy a fully maxed out character.
You can buy a gang with that.
No, yeah, I know. I'm aware.
So how many hours do you think you'd have to do just to max out a character just by playing the game? Like,
well, according to my Switch, I have put about 15 hours into the game, and I've only used primarily, aside from the characters that they make you use to in like different cups, whatever. Sometimes certain races they make you use certain characters.
Right.
I've used Frozone, and I've used Anna from Frozen,
Mm-hmm.
and I have them both at level 23 at a 2-star. So like every 10 levels, you get a star attached to your character, and the max level is 50, so that's like your 5-star character. And yeah,
Jeez.
I haven't put a single penny into the game though.
Hey,
So,
I'm rooting for you.
I mean, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna really play this game. I needed to figure out if it was possible to like be a sane person and play this game without spending any money.
Yeah.
And here's the thing though, is like mechanically it's a really great racing game. It's like I would actually put it up there mechanically with Mario Kart 8. Like it's really fun to just play.
Yeah.
But the amount of things you have to do to get it to like a playable, like your character to a playable state where you think you can win is just like I said, I've put like 15 hours into just getting 2 characters to a playable level, you know?
Yeah.
That like 2 useful characters that you would want to play as. Like, yeah, okay, you get Mickey and Donald right off the bat, and they're like great starter characters. Like you will always feel like you can win with those characters. Okay, great, whatever, fine. I have 4 characters that I could probably win with. But like, it's just like, man, mechanically, if they would have just sold this as like a $60 or $70 game with like, you know, oh, here's a DLC pack, like here's a $15 DLC pack for the Little Mermaid, and you get Ariel, Eric, Ursula, whatever. Cool, that would have been awesome, right? Because like the music is good, the music is awesome in the game. If you're, especially if you're like a Disney fan, you'll recognize the tracks, but they're all like remixed house music style. It's really good. The tracks are really good. The Pirates of the Caribbean level is awesome. You're racing and you see 2 ships battling each other, and like it's really, the stuff that's going on in the levels is so cool. The Inside Out level is amazing because you're like driving through Riley's head and like all the, like the corridors with the orbs and stuff, and like you see them falling down, and like, you know, you see like you go through the that one room where they kind of start turning into like abstract shapes. Like you go through that room and you just see like the room like shifting into like these abstract shapes, and you go through the other end and everything turns normal again. It's like really cool, but like the monetization, it's just
holy moly.
They should have, if they would have just sold this as like a $60 game, right?
It would have been awesome.
It would have been amazing. They would have made so much money. But like, I mean, I'm sure they're making a buttload of money now, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
But
I played the tutorial and I really liked it. But I was just like, and then every like YouTube video I was watching talking about, they're like, if you don't want to spend any money, you're going to play a lot. You're going to play so many hours, and to me, it wouldn't be so bad if I had to play a bunch of hours to unlock characters or vehicles or whatever. But when it's talking about like you can't win the race if you don't level up your character, I was like, eh. Could you imagine if like Smash Brothers did this? Like each character's moves had to level up and everything. That'd be that's the same kind of vibe I got from it.
Yeah, and you know, it just sucks because like mechanically the game is like, in some ways it's like on par with Mario Kart. Seriously, like the drifting,
I got like
feels
the Team Sonic Racing vibe from it. Like or not Team Sonic Racing, but Sonic Racing All Stars.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. Mechanically, I think it might be better. I think it's more along the lines of like Crash Team Racing.
Yeah.
In terms like mechanically, but like, man, I wish it was a little bit different. So, let's see. Oh, I got all angry about that now. So I also played Destiny 2 Episode Heresy, the first mission. Not going to spend a lot of time talking about it here, but if you have fallen off of Destiny, if you've played Destiny and you've kind of fallen off because it's been less than mediocre recently, this episode starts out with like maybe they know what they're doing. Maybe they're on the upswing. It was the opening mission of episode Heresy was amazing, and I'm excited to finally see where this story is going, because it actually feels like a stepping stone of where they're going next. Finally, finally doesn't feel like a filler thing.
This is gonna like lead into a new campaign, like a new game.
Yeah, whatever Project Apollo is, which is their next major expansion that they haven't shown any of yet. So that's been fun. But the major thing, the major things that I want to talk about, and we'll talk about them more in depth later. I've actually been playing Nintendo's mobile games recently. So I actually started playing the Pokemon trading card game, Pocket, whatever it's called, just opening packs, because my kids like to open the card packs, and you can open 2 a day, right? And then if you complete missions, you can open more. But like, so I let my daughter open one, and I let my son open one, and when we complete missions, if I can open a third one, I'll open it, whatever, because I don't really care, but my kids love it. So and it gives them a rush of like seeing which ones they got. Like, yeah, I don't know who that is, but that's cool. I'm glad you know. I'm just waiting for my shiny Charizard, and I'll be on my way. Delete app. But the two I've been playing kind of religiously the last week without whatever. I've been playing Mario Kart Tour, which is when I texted you. I think Nintendo could actually pull off live service. That's sent you that. And then the game I'm absolutely addicted to right now. Yes, I know. I'm aware. I'm 8 years late to this party. But Fire Emblem Heroes. Oh my gosh. It's so much fun. I'm having a blast playing it, and I haven't spent a penny, and I've probably spent like 15 hours, 20 hours on it at least. Like, it's on all the time. Like, I'm auto battling all the time, So the things with the mobile games now, which might have happened a long time ago, I just haven't played them. I played Fire Emblem Heroes when it first came out, right? I played it for like a week and a half, Ed, when we were talking about their mobile stuff, right?
Yes.
Like literally the first year of Pow Block, I played it, and then I was like, I don't want to play this, right? We talked about it to cover it, and that was the last time I played it. Well, I sign in, I download it, I open it, and it says connected to your Nintendo account, and it linked it to my Switch account.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And it said, here's a welcome back package, because I re-downloaded it.
Yeah,
and I got like a ton of stuff for like not playing for so long. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice of them. Let's see how long this lasts, and see how much money they want me to pay when I use all this. And then like somehow it like saw that I had like save data from 3 houses and engage.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, here's like some not like season passes, but like, you can trade your orbs in for characters from these games, like special versions of these characters. And I'm like, oh, well, that's neat. Okay, cool. So like, I've been playing, and I've played through the entirety of book 1, which is like, there's 12 books, which are the campaigns that you play through.
Yeah.
I've unlocked 82 heroes, probably 30 5-star heroes, just by playing the game, and I've also been playing the paralogs, which is like the side quest campaigns that are going on. I haven't spent a penny, and I've gotten like almost every character that I've wanted in a 5-star capacity. Like, I unlocked Byleth last night. The Vengeance. There's multiple versions of each character, which I'll get into that. But I unlocked Byleth, the Vengeance Vessel Byleth, which is the one with the green hair. There's the green-haired version, then there's the regular blue-haired version, and there's a male and a female version of each one. And then each seasonal event that has come around, there's a version of that. Like, here's Byleth in a sexy anime bikini, shuffling around with a towel around her whatever. And it's like, okay, well, which we'll get to that because I unlocked Mercedes from Three Houses. That's very like, somebody saw me playing this right now. They might be thinking I'm playing something different.
We call it interesting art.
I also unlocked a Camilla, the character with the purple hair and like the very large assets up front, we'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I unlocked her from a seasonal event, just from a random pool with literally just a towel around her waist and her top. I'm like, oh, neat.
Interesting art.
Yeah, but dude, this makes me really want the 3DS games to be ported up to the Switch, or like just have like a collection.
Yes,
or,
please.
or something.
Yes, please.
Like I love Three Houses. Don't get me wrong. It is the best Fire Emblem in my opinion. But like the charm of the pixel art characters on top of the hand painted map, with their little like anime art picture, like silhouette or pictures when they're talking, right? Like,
yes,
it's just like, oh man, Fire Emblem was so good then. Like this was like, it's just so good.
A lot of people want the series, like the old games, to come back.
Yeah, well,
I was hoping to come to Switch.
I don't need all that. I would just like ports of like, give me the Fire Emblem Fates trilogy of campaigns, right, in one package, because you can't get Revelations anymore. Yeah. Which is a rumor that popped up the other day about Fates again coming to Switch this year.
Well, I know that with your prediction of like a bunch of GameCube games getting like remastered and then re-released, we talked not earlier, but we talked before about those GameCube games coming to Switch, because I think a lot of people didn't play those games because Fire Emblem wasn't popular. And I know the GameCube games are hard, but I think if they would re-release them now, I think they could do 1 million plus in sales.
Well, plus if they re-released them, they would remaster them, add quality of life stuff to them, right? So like there would be whatever. But like, I think Fire Emblem Engage is a really great Fire Emblem game. At least that initial campaign was like, it felt like I was playing a real Fire Emblem game, like one that was like really thought out and planned, and there's a story, there's a beginning and like a conclusion. I would say an ending, but it has kept going, but it feels like it concluded, and like adding the the past characters feels natural, unlike Engage, which is like, well, put a ring on it and like, the old characters are magically back, so yeah, man, and Fire Emblem Engage is really fun. It's I like I said, I've unlocked almost every character that I've wanted, except for the female Shez from Fire Emblem Warriors, which she's in. There's like 3 versions of her, and
for Fire Hero,
yeah,
Fire Emblem Heroes,
and there's 5 versions of Lucina that I have not unlocked yet. Like one, I would just like one, but those are the only 2 that I can think of that I haven't unlocked a 5-star version of yet.
I told you in our chat, I was just like, you about to go on a Fire Emblem run, and I know
I am. My 3DS is plugged in right now.
I just have a feeling Fire Emblem is going to become a big talk in a couple of weeks, and just out of the blue, people are going to be like, I think needed something to play, and Fire Emblem was that game.
I think Fire Emblem is going to launch or not launch, but like be a game within the first year. I have a feeling the pirate one, they better be making that pirate one, because there's a pirate season in this. There's a whole season, and all the characters have pirate costumes and weapons and animations, and there's pirate ship levels that you fight on.
Pirates are hot right now. Yakuza.
Yeah, but this season, like you can see when all the seasons came out, and like they do the thing that you can continue to unlock characters from that season. Maybe not the upgrades and stuff, but you can unlock characters from that season long after it's gone.
Oh,
And
that's
like, yeah, and I'm like looking at these characters. I'm like, man, this came out around the time that rumored Fire Emblem Pirates game was in like 2022. Ed, you and I were talking about that.
Yes.
And I'm like, they did it. It's just in the mobile game. And like, oh, man, if they did that in the as like a launchier game, I'm telling you, man, that would be cool. That'd be really cool. Also, I'm afraid that they would do like a Genshin Impact thing with Fire Emblem, but they totally could. They could totally get people with that, and I might be okay with it.
Which I think they're gonna probably do Genshin Impact on Switch too.
Yeah, because they announced it for Switch, and then they're like, we're delaying it, and they never put it out. So,
shoot, they announced a lot of stuff for Switch, and that never came out.
Yeah, but I'll stop there until later because I know I've been talking about what I've been playing for way too long. But the mobile stuff has been very interesting to play, to say the least. Yeah,
well, I just
if you have a
I downloaded Fire Emblem right now while you're talking about it.
Yeah, I'm like, man, this is really fun. It's really, I don't know. I had enough things to like level characters up to like level 20 and start like and that's kind of how I blasted through the original campaign, was like I leveled like 4 characters right away up to level 20, and the max level is 40, which I leveled Byleth up in a day. Just by doing the paralogs or whatever. But yeah, it's great. I'm having so much fun with it. I would not unlock heroes in front of somebody that you care about, though, because I have seen enough cleavage and anime body parts to like, I told my wife, I'm like, look, I'm playing this game. I really like Fire Emblem. It's not usually like this. This is a mobile game. You know how it goes. If you see something, it's not porn. I promise. I'm just playing a game. She just kind of looked at me like, what are you talking about? Because sometimes I talk to her about video games, like I talk to you guys about games, and I'm like,
yeah.
But then I'm like, she doesn't know what I'm talking about, so I need to add something in there to like,
When I was
it's like
playing
a Housewives episode.
I was playing Nier Automata. I had to I was like, should I explain to my wife like real quick, just like, hey, this game's really interesting. I promise you, the story's like really great. It really is, but there's also just constant upskirt. So
yeah,
if you see trophy
on play, isn't there a trophy for that?
Yeah, which I wasn't going to talk about this, but my goal is to eventually platinum that game, but I'm going to get every trophy except that trophy. I'm just going to I'll be like, yeah, I didn't do it. And then I'm eventually just going to do it, get the platinum.
Oh, that's funny. Or like when you're climbing a ladder, it might just accidentally pop.
Oh yeah. Well, that was the funny thing is when the first time, if you've ever played Nier Automata, like the first building you go in, there's that giant ladder. I immediately was just testing things out, seeing if there was fall damage. There was. I fell down the whole thing, and I was like, well, I guess I gotta climb up this ladder again. And then I was like, wow, this ladder's really long. Wow, is there a faster way to do this? Oh, there is. But they don't want you to do that. A lot of people probably are not using it.
Yeah, they very clearly do not want you to do that. Oh, good times.
All right. Well, Austin, what have you been playing with Power?
Oh man, I've been playing a little bit of everything.
NCAA football.
No. I haven't played NCAA football November probably. I had to get off. I was getting really upset. I was getting way too into it. I swear, I'm not the only person. I looked it up. I'm not the only person, but I feel like NCAA football has rubber banding in it, like a kart racer does, and it was driving me absolutely nuts. Like, I felt like anytime I got behind in a game, my players would get like God mode all of a sudden, catch up, and then anytime I got ahead in the game, my players would just completely lose their mind and not do anything right. And I was just like, this is really every game I played was within like 2 or 3 points, and it was so frustrating. Win or lose, something bad would happen. There would be these like weird penalties my players would do all of a sudden to cost me games. I was just like, I can't do this. This is too stressful. I don't even feel like I'm playing the game right. I feel like it's just like it's got like a narrative it wants to play. I don't know. I thought I was taking crazy pills, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get off this for a while. Because it was taking over and I wasn't getting through games that I want to get through. So it was just like taking too much time. But I have not played college football in a while. I do stand by it's a great game, but I think I entered the Matrix or something where it wasn't adding up anymore. Something was off.
Yeah, that's how I felt with Madden for years though. It was like, man,
true.
When I'm playing as the Browns, like, well, let's be honest, the Browns are not very good ever anywhere. But I'm playing and I'm like losing online, and like all of a sudden like Nick Chubb's breaking every tackle, and finally Deshaun Watson completes a pass or breaks a tackle or whatever. And then I go up and I'm like winning for like more than 3 minutes by like 10 or so. And then all of a sudden my defensive guys can't tackle, David Njoku fumbles the football and whatever. I'm like, what is going on? Come on. Like, I
think what happened, Corey, it was like when I would play Madden every year, I would wait for it to go on sale for it to be like $20. And then I would buy the new Madden every year because I like to collect the physical editions. And I would only play maybe a season of like franchise or whatever. And then I'm like, all right, I got my fill. I'm done. College football, I had played like 7 seasons and I was kept playing over and over again. So I think I played so much that I was like starting to see like, oh yeah, there's problems. Whereas Madden, I get in, I get out, no problem. I just don't even think about it.
Yeah, what I do with Madden, I play that 10-hour trial that comes with Game Pass every year.
Oh,
and then and I'll be like, then I'll decide, I'm like, do I want to play this or not? And like, nah. And then 3 weeks before the Super Bowl, they add it to EA Players or Game Pass anyway, and I'm like, they just added Madden 25 to Game Pass. I'm like, okay, well, I can play it now.
Yep. Well, it's $20 on sale now because of Super Bowl week. So this is probably about the time I usually pay for it because I just like having like I have like all the NBAs and all the NHLs. Like I wait for them to go on sale, so I have all the disc versions of it because those things are just collections to me because GameStop won't even take them whenever you like trade them in for anything. I just like to collect them. So
it does look cool though. Like especially because like. I saw my friend's like shelves, and he has like from like Madden 2001 on PS2 all the way through like now, and I'm like, man, those boxes, like there's something about that logo that's super iconic, especially when you like look at the years, even though the games have kind of like meh, whatever now, but like, man, Madden was that was a time. Madden on PS2, man. Oh.
Yeah, Madden PS2, Madden 08 is still my favorite, which I'm a little partial because Vince Young was on the front, and that's my team, that's my guy. But 08, like that 05, 08 range was golden. 10 was good, and then after 10, I feel like it started going down. But anyway, what I've been playing. I said earlier, I don't remember if it was on the show or on the pre-show, but I've been getting it a lot into pinball lately. So I've been playing a lot of Pinball FX. I bought many tables. I bought South Park tables. I bought some Marvel tables. Like, I'm getting very into it. I really like it. And I went to a pinball arcade, in like a city area near my house. And I don't know if you all have played pinball in a while. They've done some updates.
I normally when they do the Pinball Expo in October here, I try to go. for one of the nights and try to play like different pinball games. It's like $25 for that night. I could get in and play all the pinball that I want and talk to the exhibitors and stuff.
Well, Ed, maybe this might be the best thing that you could have told me. Maybe I'll just come up to you. I need to come up and visit to go to this pinball expo. They have this deal, and it's called which I knew that this existed, but the Stern Pinball, they make different pinball machines. They have an app where you can like make a login, and then you go to the pinball machine, scan your ID, and then like they keep track of your scores and all the missions you've accomplished in the different pinball games, and you can see where all these pinball machines are located, like that are with the program and stuff. So I found out like there's a lot of pinball machines around me that I just didn't know about. Like they have like 2 in a pool hall, random bars that have them and stuff like that. And you can keep track of your scores. You can see what the high scores that everyone's gotten on those pinball machines, and it's really, really cool. I didn't even know about it, so if anyone's interested, it's like the Stern STRN Pinball Insider Connected, and you make an account, and you can just find all these cool pinball machines that are near you. The Jaws pinball specifically rules. I've never seen Jaws the movie.
I want to play the Wizard of Oz ones because it got a spinning house on it and everything.
Oh, I haven't played that one. I haven't seen that one.
It's so cool. I seen it at the expo and like I wanted to play it, but I think they had like a line for people playing it. I'm just like, I want to get a chance to play this.
Dude,
nice.
I haven't seen that one. There was the one I went to, they had Star Wars and Deadpool, but my favorites by far were the Uncanny X-Men specifically and the Jaws one. And I might be partial to X-Men, but I don't know nothing. Like, I've never seen the Jaws movie, but that Jaws pinball table rules. It's so, so cool. And it plays like parts of the movie and stuff like that on the screens and stuff. It's awesome. But so I've been playing a lot of Pinball FX. I'm playing Metaphor ReFantazio. I have completed the first dungeon, so I'm barely scratched the surface, but I'm really, really enjoying it so far. Like,
did you read my tweet that I put out?
I did see that, and you said Triangle Strategy, right? That was the game.
No, Octopath Traveler. So
Octopath Traveler. I haven't played two, so I couldn't say anything.
So I said, I know this is going to be a very hot take, so get your pancake mix and butter ready. But personally, for me, Octopath Traveler 2 is better than Metaphor ReFantazio in many ways. Both games are great in their own way, but OT2 takes a place in my top RPG list.
So I haven't played Octopath Traveler 2. I've only played 1, and I really enjoyed 1. And I haven't, I've only played through the first dungeon of Metaphor, so I can't really say what I think so far. They started this with Persona 5, where they have more of like a linear styled dungeon map. And I don't hate it, but I get that it makes it more easy, like more approachable to get into it. I think it gives people it's more interesting than just doing like random generated dungeons. But I like random generated dungeons. I like random enemy encounters, like that the old Personas did, and Octopath Traveler and all that stuff. Like, you see the enemies and you can keep going back to those same areas over and over again. But Persona 5 really changed it to where they started doing like where it is more linear. You have like set goals, and you can come back to those areas and fight the same enemies again, but you're really just trying to progress through the dungeon specifically. And same thing with Metaphor. Now, the story in Metaphor is insane. I think it's crazy. the first dungeon is like wild. So I'm already hooked as far as the story goes. And it's funny that you're all talking about Fire Emblem because when the PSN went down, I got nervous. I was like, well, I want my trophies to count. So I'm not going to play Metaphor till it comes back up. And I still had this like urge to play a RPG. And I was like, oh, I can play Three Houses again. I guess I started to turn on my Switch. I was like, thinking I'll play Three Houses again. But
so the thing about that, because Xbox does this too. Mm-hmm. If the online is down and you're playing offline, you can still play the game and do all of those missions. Once your thing catches up online, then it starts revealing all the achievements and trophies and stuff. I think PlayStation does the same thing.
They do, but you have to understand, I can't do it. I can't leave it up to chance. What if I get this trophy, okay, I get through this part of the game, but something craps out, my PS5 blows up, and then I lost all that progress. Like that kind of stuff is the stuff that goes through my head. My early days, when I was living at home on my PS3, I had so many trophies that I would get, but I never got to set it up online, so I didn't save a lot of it. Like if you look at my oldest trophies, it's like the oldest trophies I had from PS3 were NCAA football, Call of Duty, stuff I played online with my friends, but all of my offline trophies that I got never uploaded. Like I just never did it, and so I lost a lot of it. Like my Ratchet and Clank games that I platinum, the God of War platinum I had, like just gone. So that to me is like, as soon as the PSN was down, I was like, you know what? Here's an excuse. I'm gonna turn on my Switch and I'm gonna play Switch games. That's my excuse. I have an out. So, but Metaphor is really, really good. The stylized, the stylish stuff is just, it's just really cool. I get sometimes it can be a little much, a little too much UI, but to me, it just comes with the territory. Like, what you're getting when you're playing one of these Atlas games. So, but I really, really like it. And I'm very, very interested to keep going, see what happens. I played a bunch of fighting games because we went to the arcade. My wife started playing fighting games there. We played Mortal Kombat. Ooh. We played Soul's Edge.
Nice.
I hate Soul's Edge because she's really good at it, and she was just, I couldn't beat her. It was annoying, so I don't like that game. That game sucks.
It's just Soul Calibur.
But no, I'm playing. But so we ended up coming back home, and I got her on Mortal Kombat 11 because I had that on PS Plus. We played the My Hero fighting game. We played... Oh, and then I got her on Gang Beasts because she had never played Gang Beasts. I was like, oh, man, this is a classic game like years ago. And they added new maps that I didn't know about. And some of the maps rule. Like, there's a map.
Oh, cool.
If you've ever played Gang Beasts, it's like playing a fighting game with like Octodad physics. Like, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but they're like really dumb fighting party games to get with your friends. But there's one map that's on a boat, and then sharks just randomly jump up and just trying to eat you while you're fighting, and that level had me laughing so hard that I couldn't breathe. Like it was that kind of game where I was just like, just the craziness that was going on. So if you haven't played Game Beast, you gotta check it out. Especially if you haven't played it in like, I don't know. The last time I played it was probably 2 or 3 years ago. So whatever update they did to add the new maps is great. Play the boat one specifically. And then
nice.
I've been playing two different games that I'm very still early on. I've started the Plucky Squire, and I like it. I like the charm and everything, but man, it doesn't play very well. Like it doesn't. It's rough. This 3D stuff is rough. I'm like, man, had you all
Yeah,
just
it's
taken like maybe another year just to polish this, you would have something really special here. And they did. Like that trailer, I was like hooked. I was like, this trailer is
Yeah.
awesome.
That
But
trailer is
the
what made me want to play the game.
but the 3D stuff is just like, ooh, this is
Yeah.
not well done. Could have used some polish and some budget or something. I don't know, but
Ooh, shade.
the first like the when you're like stealthing around the like cockroaches or whatever, and like I'm like, I don't even feel like I'm doing a bad job here. I feel like this game just it's like doesn't make, I don't know, it just doesn't play well. Doesn't play well. And it's too easy too. Like it doesn't feel like I'm even learning the mechanics. It feels like I'm just powering through things and just being like, all right. Which the fact that the game doesn't control well, I'm okay with that because I can at least beat the game and get through it and see the story and stuff. But
Yeah.
and see the art is really cool. Like the idea is so cool, but just gameplay wise, not great. And I'm also playing Sonic Frontiers,
Nice.
which is all right. It's all right. I really like the Sonic levels. I don't really care for the Sonic open world stuff. But
You know what I like about the Sonic open world? I like the traversal. I like how when he's like when he's grinding around and moving around stuff. That stuff is cool right there.
The grinding is cool. The bosses that you fight inside the open world are cool, but I feel like it's just like, I don't know. This is just all right.
Too open of a world.
Yeah, now I kind of just wanted to like I wish it would just shrink down a little bit and maybe, you know, I can just power through the story. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Is just power through the levels. Because the levels are cool. The 3D levels are cool. I like them. But I don't know. I wanted to give Sonic a shot. I'm not a Sonic guy. I didn't grow up on Sega at all. But
I did. You're not missing much.
Yeah.
I used to love Sonic, but like going back is like, oh man, these are there's a reason why Nintendo's still going and Sega went in a different direction.
Yeah.
We'll say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. There's a reason why my nephews know Sonic from movies and not games.
Shout out to the movie though. Jim Carrey doing his thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I finally saw the second one like a month ago.
I still haven't seen the second one. The first one I liked. I just never watched the second or the third one. So
I need to go see the third one.
But yeah, I'll wait till I'll probably wait till like 3 years from now when it's on something that I can stream it on. Or not. I don't know.
I'm probably going.
I had it. It was on Hulu for a little bit, and I could have watched it, and I just didn't because I don't watch movies very often.
Yeah, it's all on Paramount Plus now. Which I'm like, man, I'm not interested enough in subscribing to Paramount Plus for that.
My wife,
I need to find a place where I could buy my movies.
My wife subscribed to Walmart Plus, and you get Paramount Plus for free with it, and I just still never. I still never did it. And there's even a Frasier show on there, but they canceled it, so I don't even know if I'm going to watch that. So
yeah.
Do Walmart still sell movies?
Yeah. Probably. Well, my Walmart does, but
okay.
I don't know. I don't know if look, man, I walked into Best Buy the other day for the first time, and like, I don't know, aside from like picking up my Switch pre-order, that I just walk up to the counter and say I pre-ordered a Switch game, and they're like, okay, here it is. Right, like I actually walked around.
Yeah,
man, the game section is so small now. Like, like the Nintendo aisle's the biggest aisle, and it has one full aisle.
And it's like half an aisle.
Yeah, the Xbox is like an end cap.
Yeah, I was about to just say that.
And the only reason why I knew reason why I knew it was the Xbox is because like it's green.
Yeah,
in the middle of this giant blue ocean.
I feel like there was more Xbox and PlayStation cards than there were actual games. Like,
oh yeah, but like the thing is they sell the card, like the digital games, like but the cards of the codes on them instead of the boxes. I'm like, oh man,
yeah. Well, so I went to Best Buy because I remember they had Steelbooks, and they don't have those anymore either. Like, or at
Yeah,
least at my
Walmart.
Best Buy, nothing.
Well, yeah, it looks like Walmart and Target are the new steelbook places. Target, especially. Something's coming out this week with a steelbook, exclusive steelbook. I don't know what it is.
I have this Thursday, because I brought a vial, at Best Buy. They're gonna have a steel book, but it's going to be the digital code.
Yeah, well, that's how Xbox is now. I mean, that's how.
No.
Remember when Redfall was just going to be the code in the box, and everybody freaked out, and then Redfall just ended up being Redfall.
Yeah,
Redfall
but
ended up
I think
sucking.
mine's comes with like bonus content, and then it comes with the digital soundtrack and stuff. So, and plus, I get to play it 5 days early.
Yeah. I'm not that into Avowed to do all that. I'll just wait till it comes to Game Pass, play it for a couple hours, and be like, I'll do it. I'll play enough of it to talk about it on Xbox Casuals, and then probably move on because I don't know. Those I'm not. Those games are Obsidian games are always high quality. They're just not for me.
I'll probably wait.
But
till
I'm
it comes
excited
to
for it.
But-
Wow.
The last Obsidian game I thoroughly enjoyed was that South Park RPG they made.
Dude, South Park Stick of Truth rules.
Yeah,
Rules.
it's amazing.
Fractured But Whole, pretty good too, but Stick of Truth is the best. It's great.
Yeah,
I just can't with those games. But that's me.
Man, they're awesome. It's just Paper Mario.
Yeah.
What was South Park jokes in it?
Yeah. It really,
it's better
really
than Thousand Year Door.
That's true.
Shade.
That is
That's
true.
shade.
It's not shade. It's facts.
That's shade. That's
Facts.
shade. Shade.
Thousand Year Door. Man, if that's the best, if that's everybody's favorite Paper Mario, man, they have low bars.
That's
You need
shade.
to play Stick
I'm
of
just
Truth.
saying that's shade.
I would argue that Fractured But Whole might also be better than.
I might
Once
also
again,
argue that as well.
That's shade. I'm just saying that's shade.
Stick of Truth that's not shade. That's just truth. That is.
Yeah,
the
I'm
Stick
just
of
saying.
Truth.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's shade, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Also, every
Listeners?
Mario and Luigi game is also better than all of the Paper Mario games. I'll throw that out.
Some
there
of
too.
them. Some of them. Yeah.
The ones that I've played are better. Maybe
Bowser's
not the one with
Inside
Paper
Story.
Mario in it.
Bowser's
Not as
Inside
good.
Story is super funny, so I
Yeah,
think that would
Bowser's
definitely give
Story-
Paper Mario $1,000 a year.
Bowser's
a
Inside
run.
Story is probably my favorite of the Mario RPGs.
Oh, it's so funny that game. Just
It's
just
so
the
funny.
writing.
I found a cartridge of the DS version of that just randomly in a box in my house.
Oh,
Just
wow.
randomly. Like not no box, no nothing. I'm like, where the hell did this come from? I'm like, where did this come from? It's just sitting in a box. Okay, and so I stuck it in my DS and just put it back in the storage. But like, because I don't want to lose it now that I found it.
Oh, right.
But like,
That's
I don't know
the
where to
game
put
that's
it.
in my 3DS right now. Is Bowser's Inside Story. That's the last game I played on my 3DS because I
Nice,
like it so much. But
nice. Well, I whipped mine out and threw in Fire Emblem Awakening. So we'll see.
oh yeah,
The game that should be on Switch right now.
man,
I love Awakening. Awakening is just the writing is so good. The characters are funny. With some of the dialogue. Oh, I like icons. I love that game.
the 3DS games were my favorite, or like were my first Fire Emblem games. So I don't have anything before that but those games were awesome. And then I was hooked ever since. Got on Three Houses, hooked. So
Yeah,
Understandable.
I'd love to bring them back to the Switch.
I actually think I'm going to try to replay Engage now. I think there's been enough time of like, this isn't Three Houses for me to realize that it's not Three Houses. I think I'm going to go back to it and like look at it from a different point of view going into it now. Especially now that I've been playing, the mobile game, which is more along the lines of like I don't want to say an old school Fire Emblem, but not a Three Houses Fire Emblem, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of go in with that lens and see how it feels. because I've been wanting to go back to that game, and I got to see which emblems are in it. And I actually loaded it up before we started because I knew there was DLC for it, and like this big list of DLC that I had purchased. Like they're like, version 1.2, 3 houses emblems have been added, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And so like I have the 3 characters from 3 houses in it now, and then it's like, this character was added from this, Crom was added, and all these other characters. I'm like, oh, great, cool, all right. Robin was added. I'm like, yes, Robin, great, love Robin. But
nice.
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna try to play that now. I want to play 3 houses again, but I'm like, I gotta give Engage a shot again.
Yeah, I just bought Engage. I got like a Nintendo gift card enough to get a voucher, so I bought Engage and I bought the new Mario Party. So
nice.
I'll have to play Engage sometime.
Get engaged. Nice. Well, was that all, Austin?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Well, for me, everybody, my the Division 1 CD came in. So I installed that game. Showed all my progress. I was using my character, my level 30 character, and it's running smoothly and everything. I'm about to go back and like replay all the missions, like on a harder difficulty, because all the enemies are going to be matching my level. I'm at the maximum level of level 30. But I want to see if it offers higher rewards like gear and the guns and stuff. So I'm going to be running through that. Still playing the Blob 2 on Series X. Truly enjoying that. Like making my way through that game. I will get back into Double Exposure from Life is Strange. I'm going to start working on that. Like I mentioned earlier, I pre-ordered Avowed, so I'm excited to play that this Thursday. Hopefully to get a review of it that following week after it comes out. They're doing if you pre-order it, I think on Xbox, like certain editions, you get 5 days events of playing the game before it releases on the 22nd. I know Monster Hunter WoW, I think it's coming out this week or following week.
It's at the end of the month, I think.
End of the month. Okay, so then I have time. I haven't. I don't know if the beta is only for PlayStation.
It's for everything.
So it is for Xbox. I might try. I'm probably gonna try to play the beta for Xbox. If not, I think I'll just wait for the full game and play it. For Switch, I'm playing Momodoro Moonlit Farewell. This is a Metroidvania game, 8-bit style graphics, really enjoyable. I keep thinking because to dodge roll you have to press A, and my hand keeps pressing A thinking it's the jump button and it's not. I'm like, oh crap. So I gotta like wire my brain on the controls for a little bit, but it is quite fun. It's a nice smooth game. And then Crypt Custodian I am playing also. It's like a top down Metroidvania Zelda style action adventure. And it's kind of funny because it starts off with this cat falling down, and you find out that you're dead. And then you kind of start talking. You get a coat, and then you find a broom. But because you got to meet this frog who is the main frog. He's the divine. He'll let you know if you're going to go to heaven or hell. Or not purgatory, but stay in the land that you end up at. And so, because for you to get through some things, once you get your broom, you have to destroy some statues and stuff. It's forcing you to destroy them so you can get through. When you get to the main guy, and he's talking about your life. You was a good cat and all of this and that. And then he said, hold on, wait a minute. And so he also counts what you did in the afterlife, like right now before you met him. And she's just like, you've been a naughty kitty. You've been destroying my statues. So you're staying in purgatory and you will forever remain a custodian who has to pick up all the trash. And then your adventure starts there. And everything. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Why am I being judged for destroying statues? It's cute and it's funny. And it is a really cool game. I'm definitely enjoying it. I'm still like in the beginning of things. So I can't wait to play more of that. But that's pretty much just those 5 games, I should say, that I've been playing. I haven't started, like I said, I haven't started my Xenoblade Chronicles run yet, but I will be playing that soon. Starting that soon. But I wanted to get like Momodoro and Crypt Custodian because like Momodoro, which is a brand new game, I kind of want to get a review done for that. So I'm going to be focusing on that while also focusing on Avowed when that game comes this Thursday. I just got to make some room for it, so I got to take some games off of my system. Yeah, but that's all I've been playing with Power. So, you guys, how about we get into some FamiNEWS? But before we get into FamiNEWS, Corey, you got some pickups, correct?
I do. So I got these Super Mario Brothers amiibo line Rosalina. So, I'd open my amiibo. Yes, I'm an animal. Sorry. I like to keep my things. I also got Tales of Symphonia remastered physically. So that's fun.
Yes.
And then Ed, speaking of Ninja Gaiden, I ended up getting the Wii U version on my shelf of 3.
Nice.
Hold on, is it wrapped? Is it in plastic? Is it wrapped
Yeah.
up in plastic? Oh, it looks nice that way.
Well, I put any console that's not like actively, any game that's like. So a lot of my Wii U games that aren't on Switch yet are not in these plastic cases, but I've started putting all my games in these plastic cases to protect them, just because most of them are in storage and like, cases get cracked or bent or whatever. And
Yeah.
someday when I have a physical collection to display enough of, I will put them all back out. But since Razor's Edge is on Game Pass right now, I can just put it in there and leave it in there and let it sit. So, but I also put my Xenoblade Chronicles X in a plastic case as well recently. So, because it's coming to Switch, so I don't need it.
No.
But I don't want to get rid of it.
Corey.
Yeah.
No box amiibos. That's how we do it.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't care about I don't want no boxes. I don't want no boxes.
I wanna touch them. You know what? I want to touch Rosalina. You know what I mean?
I be touching the Shovel Knight one. I ain't gonna lie.
I want to feel it up close. You know what I mean?
I ain't going to leave that one way alone, everybody.
Maybe your wife does need to watch you playing that Fire Emblem game. She might need to.
Oh, man.
Well, Corey, then take it over. It's time for FamiNEWS, everybody.
No, I need a little bit more excitement from that, Ed.
What? Okay.
I need
everybody.
I need a real announcement of FamiNEWS there, Ed.
Everybody, you know what time it is.
Jeez.
Bossman himself is going to read the headlines in FamiNEWS. Yes,
that's better.
Take it away.
All right. So there's a lot of small stories here. So it's a good thing we filled up an hour and 30 minutes of nothing, because we're about to go in about probably another 30 minutes of nothing. Leading off with Nintendo has announced that they will be putting alarmos in hotel rooms. So that's cool. But also, we'll get to that in a minute. But you should set your alarmos because Nintendo has finally announced an exact time for their Nintendo Switch 2 reveal on April 2nd. It will be broadcast on, all their channels wherever you watch your Nintendo Directs at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, which is 11 p.m. time in Tokyo, in case you wondered. This is quite early, especially for the West Coast, but it makes for talking points on channels that day and the rest of the week. And I'm sure we will be recording a direct recap show that night to talk about it because it's a Wednesday night. We usually don't record things on Wednesdays. So, I'm pretty excited for this reveal. But man, 9 a.m. That's early, man. It's quite early.
Done.
I mean, I'll be at work,
earlier.
so.
I was kind of was just like, man, I wish Corey was working from home so we could sneak in.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt I'll be working from home that day. I could see what's going on once that week gets closer, but I mean, Wednesday's a super busy day, especially if there's like an event coming up or.
Normally I'm closing on Wednesdays, but
the thing is, though, we'll be 2 weeks out after an event that week for work. So like there isn't an event that week, but I don't know if there's one a week after or the 2 weeks after. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but it's happening. It's happening. So
It's fine.
I'm super excited for that as I hopefully be able to prepare for PAX East. I really do hope the Switch 2 is at PAX because I'm just like
it will be.
Should be.
I'm sure.
Because I'm just like that media hour. I'm just like, yeah, we got to get to the Nintendo booth.
Yeah,
like
I'm sure they'll want people to play that new Mario Kart game. I'm sure that'll be there, right?
Oh, I'll shoot.
Whatever the launch games are, they're gonna be there. Right?
I'll give me anything and everything. I'll take.
Yeah, and we won't know that if they're at PAX or not until like the week and a half beforehand. So
probably the day before.
They're so awesome at announcing when they'll be places. But hey, What do I know, huh? I just work here. So
I was telling Ed I might schedule to take that day off because I wonder if they'll shadow drop pre-orders for basically once the show's over. Everybody go pre-order.
I know. I was wondering the same thing. I wonder if you're gonna have to pre-order it through them too. Because they said they're taking drastic measures to prevent scalping.
So you have to deal with your nightmare. Now, hopefully, I mean, I'm cool with that. To be honest.
Well, definitely you would have to be. I wonder if you have to be an NSO member.
That's what I'm thinking.
So
that'd be a way to sell NSO memberships too. If there's any hardcore Nintendo people that are holding off on it, that'd be the way to get them.
Well, shoot, I would do this. If you are an Expression Pass member, you've been there like from the jump, they get first selection.
I would say longer than like 90 days, right? Like, that would be my thing.
No, I mean, Ed's saying from day one. I'm a day one member, so I'm okay. Let's go that far. Yeah. Let's go. I'll be good.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we all three are day one, I think. So, I mean,
right.
Yeah, I upgraded as soon as it happened, I think.
Yeah. Right after they did the Nintendo Direct saying that they was suspending it, I'm like, yep, let me upgrade it, pay the difference, and then just like every year, just take the 50 out.
Yeah. Man, what a good deal. $50 for all that.
Dude, it's such a great deal. This is an absolute great. If we ever got like the GameCube stuff coming in for like $70, that'd be even cool.
Oh shoot.
Dude, I would pay it. Dude, if they had everything up through like the Wii, and even if they start putting like, I mean, the rumor is the DS and the 3DS stuff, right? Like with that patented screen, right? That they that resurfaced recently.
Mhm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
telling you, man, I would pay like $100 for that, $120 a year for that. I would pay as much as I'm paying for PSN now that I don't use, right? A year.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
whatever that is.
I mean, I use PSN, but I would 100% give me $120 for the DS stuff, especially
Yeah.
DS. I would kill for.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. Oh man, there's so much potential for this thing, man. Just better do it right. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You don't need another Wii U on our hands.
Don't worry,
That's the whole
Corey.
thing.
If it's a Wii U situation, the games will be great.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Nobody will buy them, so they'll be available.
Nobody will buy them, but they'll be great.
And they'll just put them all on the next console again. And then everybody who didn't buy them before will complain that they're all $70, and you'll be like, "Well, you never didn't own the previous console, so
Yeah.
they're new to you."
Exactly.
And then dummies like us will just buy them again. That's assuming their account system doesn't work, which whatever. I hope not. But
That's the only thing I cared about was, can my Switch games carry over? And once they said that, I'm like, all right, I will stay. I will go.
Yeah, I will stay. Yeah. Speaking of the measures, Nintendo did say they're going to take all possible measures. That is a quote from President Shintaro Furukawa. He has stated that the company will take all possible measures to combat scalpers and stock shortages for the upcoming Switch 2 launch. With analysts predicting strong demand, shocking, Nintendo is prepared to ensure adequate supply. A Nintendo Direct on April 2nd will showcase the Switch 2 following global hands-on event in April and May. Yeah, good. Like, I think that's why they not officially delayed, but delayed it, right, is to have stock for this thing. Because I think people are ready. I think a lot of people are just ready for this thing. I mean, Austin, you said you have a day one Switch that's just trying to live, and I heard mine turn on for the first time today in a long time, and I'm like, oh boy, yeah.
My nephew has mine, so I'm using my OLED. Well,
yeah.
For me, it was when I played Princess Peach Showtime. That was like, all right, we gotta upgrade because this this is just chugging at this point.
Yeah, and the thing is though, like, when I'm playing Nintendo games, like I rarely notice, like very rarely notice, but like, man, when I'm even something as dumb as like Dreamlight Valley, man, that doesn't require any power. Like, it's just like, oh my gosh, this thing runs on mobile devices and you can't run it on this thing. Like, oh my gosh, this is rough. Or like, my son and I were playing that Power Rangers game that Digital Eclipse put out.
Oh yeah,
recently, and like, man, they are having problems getting that out on the console because it's just, you just can't. And like, we were playing it, I'm like, man, this seems like it's a little bit sluggish. And like, there are some reports that that game runs at a lower frame rate than the other versions, and it's like, come on, man, this is a pixel art game, like,
right.
Anyways, enough complaining about that. I just want the same thing with the more power and gets the games right. Like, Nintendo could turn me into a solo ecosystem player if they just get the games right. Like, they really could. I'm not a trophy person, although we've talked about that too. How if they did that, like, it might be over.
Yeah,
for some people. But like, anyways, we could.
I've said before that I probably would. I have invested so much in PlayStation that it'd be hard to move. But if Nintendo had all the games PlayStation had, and it was just the first party battling it out, at this point, I would be a Nintendo because I'd rather play Nintendo first party than PlayStation's first party. But when I go play Borderlands 2 on the Switch, it doesn't play as well as my Borderlands on PlayStation. So I know Borderlands 3 is not going to play well. Borderlands 4 may not play that at all on definitely not on this current Switch. So that's when you.
Oh, they wouldn't
like
bring Borderlands 4 out like 2 years after the Switch 2 come out.
Yeah. So I mean, that is what kept me from moving completely over to Nintendo. But
yeah, I mean, for me, it's like if they get like Final Fantasy and the rumored Xbox stuff, or Assassin's Creed, like stuff like that. If like those things start popping up more regularly on Switch 2, like I'm out.
And if we ever get Game Pass on Switch, that's gonna be. I don't know.
That's what we've been talking about.
I mean, Phil Spencer basically came out and said like the only reason why it's not there is because Nintendo said no and PlayStation said no. That's literally the only reason why it's not there at this point, right? So like, I mean, they're trying to get it on Steam, a curated version on Steam, because they know people hate the Microsoft Store.
Because it's terrible. It's so bad. But if you put it on Steam, I'd be on. I'd be on it too. It's a shame. It's a shame.
I refuse to become a PC gamer though.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I want my box. Turn on my box, play my game, turn off my box.
I was a PC gamer only for Roller Coaster Tycoon and Grand
It's on Switch now.
I know.
Touch controls, man. I just downloaded the update today because I went to play it for a little bit.
How was it?
It needs. I was like, it needed an update. I haven't played it yet.
Oh
well, we have a question later on that might help with that. I don't know if you saw that in the Discord.
Let's read that question actually right now. You're talking about this one from Sam Hall, right? Right.
I think it was from Shane.
Shane, what
Discord.
game? What game franchise would you like the Switch 2 to have that utilize the new mouse feature?
Yeah.
I think we talked about that.
I know we did, but we can talk about it again because it was very brief and it's Shane.
Because I was thinking, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Picross,
Civilization,
all the Picross games that people like. You can use those for the mouse. That'd be.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much opportunity you can do with the mouse on there. There's a lot of time. My hands are big. My fingers are big. Touchscreen does not work for me on Switch very well. So having a mouse option would be awesome.
Well, I think the thing about it was just like when we were talking about it was just like a bunch of PC games will be able to come there that use the mouse functionality. But I was thinking like something like Mario Paint, new Super Mario Paint or something like that could come.
You know what game would benefit from it too? Mario Maker probably.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if they're not going to make a stylus, like, I think that's the one thing Mario Maker 2. I think that's the reason why it wasn't as big of a hit on Switch as it was on Wii U.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So.
Oh, go ahead, Austin.
No, I mean that I didn't even think about Mario Maker 2. That would also be great for a mouse option. You play Triangle Strategy and Fire Emblem with mouse. That'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I mean, Civ, and then if Xbox ends up bringing like Halo Wars over or Gears Tactics or XCOM 2 or XCOM 2 is already on there, or like even shooters,
Final
right?
Fantasy.
Like
Final Fantasy Tactics, that remake that's coming at some point.
GoldenEye 007 mouse.
Yeah, man. But that's the thing, though, right? Is like the first-person shooters is like I was listening to the Jeff Gersman show last week, and he was talking about how the dream is to have mouse aiming and analog stick movement, and like the Switch can provide that, and it's one of the rare things that can offer that.
Yeah.
So. I mean, it would almost be the first time since the Wii, and although the Wii was a pointer, but still similar concept. But like, they didn't try anything like that with the Joy-Cons at all. So.
I think like someone could finally make like how you had to find the stuff in highlights and everything. They'll probably do something like that for kids who want to learn stuff like that. Something like Hotel Dust, Room 212 could come. Like those kind of stylish games, definitely with like Phoenix Wright, and we talked about the Professor Layton series could come with that. There's just like so many possibilities. A lot of games that like you mentioned, Corey, like some of the old games like Half-Life could come. And Half-Life 2, like that stuff could come. Splatoon would be interesting to see how that would work with like mouse, but I think they would probably want to keep that like control and
I mean, even the Bethesda stuff like Doom and Wolfenstein, if they end up bringing those games over, or I guess Indiana Jones now, right? Like anything first person, really.
Yeah,
with a mouse probably would be somewhat ideal to some people, most people.
Yeah, and I think it would be just like for any game, if you feel like you want that to be the option for you to play, it's right there.
Yeah. So. All right, back up to FamiNEWS. All right. Let's see. We read that Nintendo Switch. Nintendo's Switch sales numbers. Let's talk about some financials, because we have two kind of stories revolving around that. Nintendo Switch has crossed the 150 million unit mark, 150.86 million to be exact, which is less than 10 million away from PS2's 160 million units.
Woohoo!
So yeah, it's also nearing the Nintendo DS's 154.02 million units. In their quarter 3 2025 reports, 4.82 million Switches were sold, a decline from 6.9 million over last year's quarter 3, but I mean that's expected. There's not a lot of new killer games, plus the new consoles coming, and who doesn't own a Switch already, right? That wasn't already pondering on getting one. So some people are on their third, maybe, who knows. Software sales also dropped to 53.7 million over 66.87 million, which is still a lot of games, but hey, what do I know? Nintendo adjusted its sales forecast to 11 million units for the fiscal year, attributing to last year's stronger performance to Tears of the Kingdom and Super Mario Brothers Wonder, as opposed to this year. Those tent poles weren't there, even though we did get some new games like Echoes of Wisdom and Mario and Luigi, not the same kind of hit that those other two games were making. So as far as games go, let's take a look at this top 10 list, everybody. No shocker here. Every single game on here is a Nintendo game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 67.35 million units.
That is insane.
So what's crazy about that number is that, yes, it's the number one game, but Animal Crossing is sitting at number 2 at 47.44 million. Mario Kart 8 is still 20 million more units than Animal Crossing.
It's still selling. That's crazy.
It's like 20 million units. I mean, games would, like, other first parties would kill to sell half that many of 10. When PlayStation crosses the 10 million mark, they like throw a party for that game, right? Like it's I mean, because 10 million is still like a major milestone, but like everything on here, everything on the top 10 list, by the way, has sold over 20 million units except for one game.
And you gotta think about like Mario Kart 8 when I have it because it came with my Switch. So where are all these other copies of Mario Kart 8 are like, not even including those people, you probably got 100 people. I would think you've got 80 million at least with Mario Kart 8 that they're not even counting there.
Yeah, I
It's-
don't know if this number counts bundles or not.
That's what I would be curious to know.
Yeah.
I'm still just blown away by the story of 72 Switch games have sold over 1 million. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that crazy? 72 different Switch games have sold over 1 million units, which is like insane to think about, right? It's just it's so crazy. All right, let's get to the rest of this list.
Yes.
So Mario Kart 8 number 1, Animal Crossing number 2, Smash Brothers at 35.88 million.
I've always wondered. I thought that would actually be higher.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that that's not as high as it. You know, I'm kind of shocked that it's not as high.
Mm-hmm.
Breath of the Wild sits at number 4 at 32.62 million, which is higher than I thought it would be, especially because there's 2 Mario games that have come out that, new Mario, like Mario Odyssey is at 29.04 million. I thought Mario Odyssey would be higher than Zelda, honestly.
Yeah.
I really did. I really thought Mario Odyssey.
I thought at least the Pokemon games would be higher than Zelda. But
yeah, the only thing about Pokemon games though is like they put out new Pokemon products every year that people are just moving on probably to the new ones. Like they're just
that's
not,
true.
I mean, like Zelda, we get one a generation maybe, right? Like
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild being the anomaly, even though, it's still the Wii U game, right? Like Breath of the Wild is still the Wii U game, right? And Tears of the Kingdom is the Switch game.
And Pokemon is split into 3 SKUs: Sword, Shield, and then the double pack.
Yeah, but they count them all. They count them all as like the
right. That's what I'm talking about. That's why they have that bigger number. Is because there's 3 SKUs, but they count them all together.
Yeah, which is also crazy to me that like I don't know how many people bought the double pack. Because they sold that double pack for $120.
Dang. I don't know.
That was
what
a loud bang.
was. I don't know what that was.
Everything okay over there, Austin? We're leaving it in. Everybody's going to be scared with us.
I heard a boing. I'm like,
No, I just saw my cat flinch, and I assumed something happened. Some kind of glass.
That's fine.
It'll be all right.
It's fine. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that Mario Odyssey is not higher than Zelda, but good for Zelda though, right? I mean, Breath of the Wild changed everything. So, Pokemon Sword and Shield at 26.6 million, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet at 26.38 million, which kind of surprises me that it's that close to Sword and Shield. Although I guess the install base, like that number would grow higher just based on the install base at the time, right? I guess. I've been thinking about getting one of these Pokemon games to play too. Although I think Fire Emblem's going to take that feeling over for a minute. But like, my daughter really likes Let's Go Eevee, and I'm like, just playing that with her a little bit once in a while. I was like, man, I really kind of want to play like a real Pokemon game for a minute. But then I'm like, there's like thousands of these things now. And I'm like, my OCD would be like, I'm going to have to catch them all. And then I'm not going to. And then I'm going to cry. And then I'm just going to panic and put it down.
No, you just go to Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah, probably.
Collect all the Disney Dreamlight. Collect all the Disney characters in Disney Speedstorm.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably easier to collect all the Pokemon at this point.
Pretty much.
It's cheaper.
Yeah. Cheaper. You could buy every Pokemon game, get all the Pokemon monsters cheaper than getting all the Speedstorm characters.
Right. Tears of the Kingdom sits at 21.55 million. Number 8, Super Mario Party sits at number 9 at 21.1 million. And then New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe sits at number 10 at 18.
That's a big surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mario Wonder is like right behind it, though. I forget what. Okay. There's a top 25 list somewhere that I just didn't see, but I know Mario Wonder is close to that. So
why do I feel like all the Nintendo games have just the ones that's just under even this list. Like all of them have recovered their budget. Like their development costs.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel like
I mean, yeah. I mean,
it just made bank after bank after bank.
I mean, the most expensive games on this list are probably the 2 Zelda games, right? I mean, I can't and Odyssey, I guess, would probably be higher up in a budget, but like Mario Party can't cost that much to make, right? I mean, they're reusing. I mean, as somebody who's played all 3 of the Switch games within the last 3 months because of my kids, they love those games. They are reusing character models, assets, animations, voiceovers. They're just pumping those things out,
money,
right?
Yeah,
Like they're just pretty much like, hey, Mario Party team, we need some new boards. We need a new area to walk around in to get to the mini games and stuff. Just do that, and we'll put it out in 2 years, right? Like,
I'm assuming Tears of the Kingdom probably made their budget back that first week of sales.
I mean, I don't think
they did like a high number just for those 3 days that the game came out.
Right. I mean, I think like I would say the highest the budget could have been was like 200 million for that game. I would say probably, and that's the highest it could probably be, right? Because they like again reused a lot of the map, animations, character models, that kind of thing, right? But like, that just. Yeah, I don't know, man. I definitely know Tears of the Kingdom was their most expensive game, I think they said. Ever.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom was
which is why it was $70 and not $60, but like
right, and that's why I said I wonder if they made that budget back just like by Sunday.
They probably made it back relatively soon. I mean, I would assume like probably 4 or 5 million probably made that budget back.
Okay.
I would assume maybe.
Yeah, because like I think they hit close to 10 million like that by that first week or something. Like it was a high number. I'm like, dang, that was quick.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo is the master of making money off of things, right? Like that's their whole game plan. That's why the Switch is like, a Wii U duct taped to a 2006 iPhone. Like that's
wow.
But hey man, good for them though, right? Pokemon could have used a little bit more budget though. Could have ironed out that frame rate a little bit.
Of course.
Anyways, but yeah, Nintendo is sold. I mean, they've got it. Their next 2 consoles could fail over the next 15 years, and they'd be like, "Man, we're fine. We're fine." We'll sell. I don't know, Miyamoto's brain cells or something. We'll make another theme park, I guess. I don't know. Congratulations though on all those games, man. Like that's good. I'm also glad to see like a lot of the Wii U stuff has seen success, right? Like I don't know. I still stand by that Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe is a great 2D Mario game. It just people were burnt out on the new Super Mario Brothers games because there were so many in so little time.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything else anybody has to say about the sales numbers before we move on to this last amazing story that I have no comment on whatsoever?
Big shout out to Nintendo for these numbers. Like, I know it's strong first party, and I know people say games always try to compete with Nintendo, but I'm just like, no, I think. Yes, a lot of games, a lot of indies and third party would love to have these numbers. But this is just impressive for a game just to be on one console that people feel like, or certain people feel like is, underpowered, and that the bigger systems, and no disrespect to Sony or Microsoft, that, like we said earlier, those first party developers would love to have these numbers for most of their library.
I mean, they would love these numbers just for the fact that they only put out like, 1/6 of the amount of first party games that Nintendo puts out in a generation, right? Just because their development time is so long. And Nintendo has been really great over the last decade of here's a new game, here's a remake, here's a remaster, here's some NSO stuff, here's a partner game, right? And just trickling it out that way to make it feel like they have content coming out constantly.
Yeah.
Whereas, Sony's been trying to do that with the PS5, mostly because they haven't had a lot of first party, output aside from Insomniac, right? Like they've Stellar Blade, Rise of the Ronin this year as examples, right? Like Sony funded and published kind of partner games, but like, when is their next first party game? Ghost of Yotei, right? Like that's their next game, which is possibly May, right?
Well, and it's like you don't have to care about everything that Nintendo puts out or PlayStation puts out, but the fact that Nintendo is constantly putting something out just keeps them in the eyes of everyone all the time. Right. Sony, it feels like they're trying to make you care about every single thing, and it's going to be limited, and you're going to care because it's the game. Well, it's like, all right, well, enough time's passed. Like, all right, we're cool. Now we're done. Most people play those games, 40, 60 hours, whatever. If you're really hardcore about it, you're already done with it within a month or two. And then you got 10 months just to hold on to something. Whereas Nintendo, it's like, dude, I can't even keep up with everything, which is to me also a problem because there's so many games to keep up with.
I mean,
that I don't even get to fully enjoy it.
I mean, I feel like PlayStation is kind of falling into that problem that Microsoft had for so long, right? Where like they go long stretches without anything, and like the one thing they do put out, you hope it's good, and like Sony just has the track record of these things are qualitatively good, right? Like it's just like the quality is there, where Microsoft was always hit or miss, and people were burnt out by the Halo, Forza, Gears trilogy of franchises, right? To the point where like if one of those came out, people just didn't care even if it was good because they come out so often. So at least Sony kind of changes it up, and those games are always most of them are good, if not great, in terms of the general reception. So, but yeah, I do agree. Nintendo puts out a lot to the point where it's like, oh man, I kind of wish they would slow down a little bit. A lot different than what we were talking about on the Wii U also. Oh man. Speaking of old things, the ESA
Shay again.
has
with his shoe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was just funny the way that you said that it started to start. Oh, that was so spot on.
The ESA, the association behind your favorite video game ratings, and the classic E3 Electronic Entertainment Expo for you people who don't know, have announced a new industry event that they are setting eyes on April 27th through the 30th, 2026 in Las Vegas, called iicon with 2 eyes, all lowercase. The Interactive Innovation Conference is what it's called. Aimed to connect leaders across industries like gaming, film, music, and healthcare. Major companies such as Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, and Disney will participate, offering insights and discussions on the future of interactive entertainment. ESA Chairman Doug Bowser describes her... That's not right. Why did I type that? Doug Bowser is Nintendo's president. I don't know why I typed that. iicon is described as a space for industry change makers to explore new opportunities and innovations. So I don't know why I typed Doug Bowser there. I need to go fix that because that is not right. Anyways.
But what's funny is that he looks like he would be someone who will be the chairman.
I mean, yeah, but also like, really, they can't just call it E3. They can't just say E3 is back. Like, this makes it, in a way, this like, I get that E3 has a stink on it now, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you don't want to bring it back, but also like, it's like it's like putting a new uniform on the same person. It's like this. What are you doing? You know, we see it. We know what it is. We know what this is. We know what this is. You can't move it to
Yep.
a new city and put a new name on it and expect us to think it's something different. I don't know. It might be okay. What do you think, Austin? What do you think about this? Two lowercase i's. Very hip.
Yeah, I just I miss E3. I miss the times, but I just can't bring myself to care anymore, unfortunately. Unless there's going to be a bunch of game announcements, which I'll read the Boss Rush breakdown of later. I just I don't know. I don't know. I wonder, to me, does it even matter anymore? Like, is this even for the fans of video games anymore? Or is this just for you and your colleagues to get together and you know,
Right.
you know?
By the way, Doug Bowser is the chairman of the ESA as well as NOA president. I just double fact checked myself.
Oh,
Interesting.
I actually didn't know that.
I didn't either. I was like, why did I type that? That's wrong. And then I went, oh, okay.
All right, Mr. Bowser.
Yeah, Bowser's taking over.
It's actually, I will say I'm for this. I'm down with this, because definitely for us at Boss Rush, not only do we talk about games, we talk about film and sometimes music and the healthcare part, like the Guardians, Corey, like that's part of the healthcare, helping with mental health and things like that. So I think something like this I would find more interesting, and likely hopefully they stream it to watch, because you know the way that games are going, they want to incorporate film, they want to incorporate music. Like, we still love soundtracks, we still love, like Hellblade 2 soundtrack. Like, the music is fantastic. Like, when they're bringing that orchestra um kind of feeling to these soundtracks and stuff, that's part of the gaming. So I think this is really cool, and I won't judge it until we see what they offer, what the coverage is going to be. For right now, I would take this over anything that Jeff Keighley does, because at least I know I'm going to get a variety of stuff. I know with Jeff Keighley, he's going to hype something up to where a point it's just, this is a cutscene of another space game, medieval game. We have seen all of this paint by number stuff. Do something different. That's what I feel like we're going to get from the Jeff Keighley stuff. No disrespect to him and his organization and the stuff that he does for gaming. No disrespect, but offer something different. And I feel like this Icon event will offer something different. And I'm not gonna judge it until I see it. Now, if it's not up to if it's not up to snuff, it's his first year of them doing it. They won't learn nothing until we see it, we give our opinion. There's some connections, not connections. There's some like similarity of opinions that they could look out for and get help and get helpful feedback, so they can make it better in the future. That's something for me, and I want to see them succeed and everything. I don't want Jeff Keighley stuff to fail or anything, but I'm just like, if you're not going to change or offer us anything, this is a great kind of event that could offer something a little bit better. Yeah, we're gonna check in for the games, but yeah, let's check in for the films. Let's check in for the music. Let's check in for the healthcare, because all of those play a better part in this industry and in the art form.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. This is an interesting move for sure, but like we kind of discussed when E3 got canceled, literally 50% of DSA's revenue stream came from E3, putting on E3. So maybe they're looking to make some of that back up, and I don't know. It seems weird, but I don't know. We'll see. Like you said, we won't know anything until it happens. So
please be
all
excited.
right, let's get into the wrap up. There's two small stories here we don't need to talk a lot about, but Switch Joy-Con, the original Switch Joy-Cons may also get mouse support through an update, according to a patent reveal. You can look at this patent if you want, but apparently the Switch Joy-Con optical sensor and a mysterious new controller featuring mouse functionality. The Switch 2 Joy-Cons introduced the magnetic attachments, though it's unclear if they will release the Joy-Cons. This patent suggests the company is exploring the input methods to the original Switch Joy-Con through the infrared. So that's neat, I guess. This kind of sounds like the Microsoft not haptic, but the rumble triggers that they implemented into the Xbox controllers and then threw them on the Xbox One controllers through an update at some point, because they were able to do that. So and then lastly, the Nintendo is putting Alarmo in hotels in Japan to promote Super Nintendo World at Universal, mainly to kind of highlight the Donkey Kong expansion to the park. So I think that's probably smart. If you're not going to open your own hotel, at least partner with local hotels to kind of help you promote, which, a lot of kind of smaller parks do, at least here in the US. We'll partner with nearby hotels. Like, around here, Cedar Point is the big amusement park, and they have a lot of partnerships with local hotels that they don't own. So I don't know. Any of this seem cool to you? Are you going to use mouse support on the original Switch, or are you just going to box that puppy up when the new one comes out?
I'm gonna try it out. Definitely for like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Hopefully they bring mouse support to Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, because it really needs it so bad. If they do, then I'll be coming back to that game using mouse support.
Yeah,
and also I could buy like a cool Nintendo or a Pow Block mouse pad. Maybe I could get that made at work. I could actually get that made at work. have the MPB like you got on your shirt, Corey. That design.
Well,
Send it in.
This logo is old. You don't want to use this one.
Oh, I would use that one because it's switched for Switch 1.
I know, but still,
just have a mouse pad on my old Switch OLED and use it for Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Yeah, I'll be down for that.
All right. Well, I want to respect Austin's time, so we may skip this topic of the show, just because I know, Austin, you recorded Expansion Pass with it before this, and unless you are okay on time, I don't want to
whatever you all want to do, I'm down for anything. I ain't working tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, here we go then. Never mind. Topic of the show. I have a lot to say on this topic. Not a lot to say, but like interesting things. I think it's interesting. I think this is fascinating, the way Nintendo could do this if they treated it with care and implement it into their social media app that we talked about with Andre. Nintendo's mobile initiative, they started way back with Miitomo in 2016, could pave the way for live service on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I listed off Nintendo's mobile games that are currently out. They recently said they're going to continue to explore mobile as an option. Mitomo was their social media app. That was kind of like a Miiverse mixed with Facebook that they retired a year after it came out. Came out in 2016. Mario Run came out in 2016, still going. Actually just had a big crossover event with Mario and Luigi Brothership. Fire Emblem Heroes, 8th anniversary this year. Came out in 2017, right before Shadows of Valencia, which was their 3DS game that year. A remake of Fire Emblem 2. Which, spoilers, might or might not be on next week's weekly pickups. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, which they just ended service but released that kind of forever
Offline
version.
mode. Yeah,
Whatever you want to call it. Dragalia Lost, which is, I forgot that they did this, and what my idea was for Fire Emblem might actually work better for a console version of this. This was their kind of Genshin Impact before Genshin Impact, kind of JRPG. And it didn't make them a ton of money, which they said they weren't in the business of making this a gacha game and like making, people spend hundreds of dollars to play the game, right? They just wanted people to feel like they could spend money on what they wanted, which was an interesting idea. And I wonder if they'll bring that back at some point. Dr. Mario World, just Dr. Mario. Pills went up instead of down, though, which was weird. Mario Kart Tour, which is a game I have circled that I want to talk about in terms of Mario Kart as a live service. And then Pikmin Bloom, which is their Pokemon Go-esque Pikmin game, which is fine. I tried it out. It's fine. It's basically just Pokemon Go with Pikmin. But I don't know if you guys played any of their mobile games ever?
So for me, just Mitomo actually is what I played. I haven't played any of the other ones. And it's not because of I got anything against mobile. I was just so more focused into the console gaming and my handhelds like the DS and 3DS. During this time, also playing with all other consoles and everything. So these didn't really interest me, due to the fact that I was just in my console and handheld gaming era.
Yeah. I played Super Mario Run for a little bit. I played Animal Crossing Pocket Camp for a little bit. And I did play Mario Kart Tour for a little bit, but I can't, unless it's like Fire Emblem actually probably would have been a game that I would have got into, but I didn't play it at the time. Because really for me, mobile games just like card games or, puzzle games. Like, like I played like the Devolver Tumble game and then like Marvel Snap and stuff like that. That's more what I play mobile games for. Otherwise, I just want to play. I liked the Mario Kart Tour tracks. I thought they were interesting the way they changed up, like in the middle, each lap changed the directions and stuff. Those were cool. They were like real life cities based on and stuff. But once they came to Mario Kart 8, there's no point for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So as somebody who's been playing some of these very recently, I did try out Mitomo when it came out just because I think the initial Nintendo's on phones thing had everybody kind of, I think everybody was very interested in seeing what that was all about. And then Super Mario Run, I think everybody wanted to know what a Mario game was on mobile, right? Which I actually, from what I've played, might be their worst mobile outing.
So I will say this. I think it was where Miyamoto showed up at the Apple conference. That got everybody just like, wait, what is going on? And then that's when everybody was just like, yeah, let me try this game out. Because what is this Mario game doing on an Apple item, phone, iPad, whatever?
It was kind of disappointing to me because I was expecting like a Jetpack Joyride or even like a Temple Run type game. And Temple Run and Jetpack Joyride were better games in my opinion. And then even like the Sonic Temple Run type game, when it ran, was even better than the Mario game, unfortunately. So it just, I don't know. It felt too dumbed down for a Mario game, and then all the heart of a Mario game was in their console games, not the mobile version to me.
Because you remember they were just like, oh, Nintendo's giving up the handheld space because they're putting their games on mobile. And everybody's just like, wait, what? And now look at them now. Yeah. Like, because everybody thought that the mobile space was going to be the future for gaming. And people were wondering what does that do with Nintendo? Well, we got our answer. Nintendo's sitting at 150 million systems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are
I think
a thing.
Yeah, I think Nintendo obviously was in a weird spot before the Switch came out. I think a lot of people kind of have forgotten that because the Switch is so successful, right? Where like the 3DS was like this standard definition system that like maybe you got, a little bit somewhere between N64 and GameCube quality graphics on this tiny screen, right? And like, the Vita was out and like pretty impressive in terms of the screen and the hardware quality, right? And like people were kind of moving on to play indies there, and not that like people weren't still playing 3DS, right? Because like a lot of people were sold 80 million units, no slouch, but I think people were just wondering what was going to happen with Nintendo because the Wii U sold terribly, and they started selling the mini consoles, right? The NES and the SNES, and they started experimenting with mobile. And what's Nintendo going to do? Is the Switch going to be successful? Is it not? Clearly it was, and now everybody kind of just forgot about it. But yeah, I think some of these franchises on the next console, though, are going to implement some of this mobile stuff. Not in like a predatory way, really, right? But like Mario Kart as a live service could do a battle pass of like, I'm looking at Tours kind of battle passes over here, and like right now there's the Chinese New Year stuff just happened, like that pass just happened, right? And my daughter was playing a little bit of it, and I was playing a little bit of it, and we unlocked, Chinese New Year Daisy and a cart, like a Chinese themed cart and a Chinese themed umbrella and some other kind of trinkets and emblems and stuff that went around. I'm like, different costumes themed around different things could be cool. Or like, what if you had a Star Fox themed battle pass where you like, okay, yeah, we'll give Fox to everyone, but you could unlock his like Star Fox adventure suit. You could unlock his N64 kind of polygonal model through a battle pass, or like an R-Wing model cart or something, like, you know what I mean? Like you could do different things like that. And like maybe Nintendo sells it as regular DLC pack of like $10, right? And doesn't do the traditional battle pass. They just do a traditional DLC pack. But like, I don't know, man. I'm thinking about the stuff they're doing on mobile. I think it's really interesting and fascinating, and I would be like all in on them doing something like that for Mario Kart.
It would work.
Smash.
It would work on me for Mario Kart. 100%.
Yeah. Or like that could be a way you add fighters, although they kind of did that with Smash with like music and stages and stuff. But like, think of all the different versions of characters you could have, right? With, or like echo characters, or, stuff like that. Or even the sports games, or because that's where my mind really goes after Mario Kart, is the sports games, like, oh, we licensed St. Andrews for Mario Kart, for Mario Golf, but we gave it a Mario twist, and now there's like warp pipes and piranha plants everywhere on St. Andrews golf course. But
that'd be sick.
You know what I mean? Like, what if you did something like that? And not that they're going to do that, but like, It's something I thought they were going to do with with one of the Mario Party games, was like DLC for more boards, right?
Yeah.
Or new characters, or maybe like a themed board with characters that go with that board, like a Donkey Kong themed board that you get like Dixie and Cranky and Funky or something, right? If Donkey Kong and Diddy are already in the game, right? These are the things I've been thinking about while I've been playing all these games recently.
John Daly, Mario crossover. Mario crossover.
Good. I think I think because I just wonder with the live service portion, is it just to is it supposed to make all the gamers around the world like excited for something like this, or is it just for United States gamers? And the reason why I say that is because, like, I don't know how live service is, how that if that flourished in Japan.
I imagine it does, just Nintendo, with Genshin Impact.
Yeah,
Genshin Impact and stuff like that, like China.
Yeah. But it's like,
Japan,
is Genshin Impact really like Japan's Destiny?
It's huge, dude.
Yeah,
it's huge because it's on mobile, right?
It might even be bigger than Destiny.
Yeah, dude, it's so much bigger than
I'm saying, is it Japan's version of Destiny? You know how Destiny is big in America. If we talk about live service, that comes to mind. Is Genshin Impact on that level in Japan?
Yeah. Yes,
I think that and bigger.
Yeah, I think Genshin Impact is bigger than Destiny here. To be honest with you, in America, I think.
I wonder if it's probably past Call of Duty, and maybe not in Call of Duty America, but as far as the world goes, Genshin Impact is huge.
Yeah, I mean, Destiny has been relatively small in popularity for the last 2 years. In terms of like active players and concurrence and all that stuff, it's relatively small.
I just think when I think of live service and with Destiny, is that it is kind of like the beta version of the service. And it made it very popular for the way that it's format, how content rolls out, and everything right there. And I don't know if Japan had that until Genshin Impact, but it seems like that is now the case. And so, how does Nintendo take that idea and make it work for them? Because even though it's these mobile games that's on the list, were kind of big during that time, half of the list, the services have ended. Animal Crossing got made into a different version. Dragalia lost that service ended. Dr. Mario, that service ended. Yeah, Mario Kart, Pikmin Bloom, and like Tomo is not retired. Super Mario Run is still going, and Fire Emblem. I'm like, that's half of the list. So is that going to be something that Nintendo with Switch 2, is that going to be something that's going to work? Is it going to be something that they could continue to do, or does it have a time limit for whatever game they decide to put on? Because like really for live service for Nintendo right now is Splatoon. Whether you like it or not, Splatoon is their live service because of all the content that comes to it, all the events that's going on. That's their kind of like personal version of live service, and they feel like if they could sell like DLC or anything like that, they would. And extra content or any kind of live service stuff is going to, for Nintendo, is going to be connected to their NSO. So if you want like that content and everything, you could outright buy it, or you could join NSO and get this live service content for free.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, right? Is an NSO expansion pack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does a discount look like on passes? What do you get for free? Do you get free stuff in these games for just subscribing? Right? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you already saw it with Mario Kart, just getting the booster pass with the NSO, and that was enough. That was almost a key seller for me. Just like, all right, I'm gonna get all these Mario Kart DLC and a lot of it too, just for being part of the service, plus all the NSO games. If you start adding things like, and to me, I think like, I think the failure of a lot of like the Nintendo mobile games is more due to mobile than it is Nintendo. Like, I just think when like, as far as like Animal Crossing goes, Animal Crossing was big on mobile, and then we got the Animal Crossing game on Switch, and then it was over. Like, it was still popular with some people, but there was just so much more you could do on the Animal Crossing Switch game. And so if you start getting games like, and just think about it, so like Nintendo's constantly coming out with new games, but imagine if they could just be like, all right, we have Mario Kart 9 out, and now we can just keep making characters and maps and stuff like this in the same area, and people are just going to keep going and going and going. If you want more, get the NSO service, or if you want to just buy it a la carte, go ahead. And you can for me, you can sell costumes and vehicles and tracks all day, and I will probably eat all of it up. And
Well,
you get a
I'm
game
sorry.
like I'm thinking like a game like Fire Emblem, man. Like, you can have like a Fire Emblem MMO type deal where you can make your own characters. Like, could you imagine your character having permadeath too? Like, if your character dies and starting over, like, I just like cool. But if you are part of the service, you get to bump up your character to a certain level already, so you don't have to start all the way from scratch. I mean, I'm thinking of stuff like that could be used.
I'm thinking of stuff like Brain Age, in a sense. Like if you subscribe like $5 a month, for the Brain Age app, you get different quizzes, um, different tests, like to keep your brains stuff going on. But like when you complete something, it goes into your Nintendo account. So like whatever you completed for that month and everything. Because I'm like with the what is the popular puzzle thing that everybody likes to do that the Washington Post I think brought?
Wordle.
A Wordle.
Wordle. If it was like something in the same vein as that, but it changes every day, and stuff, I think people will probably be down with that. And then you can share with your friends. You can test with your friends. Oh, if you want bonus coins, here's the event, for all the subscribers. Test your. I'm about to say test your mic. Test yourself in this trivia. Here go some questions and some selected answers. You have 10 seconds to do it. Let's see where your brain is at and everything. Did you do this exercise? Maybe, you're on the app and it sees that you are holding the Joy-Con. Okay, so now we want to try something to see if you can remember. How's your memory? How's your coloring and everything? Okay, you get bonus points for this, and you do it like for $5 a month. So it's $60 a year to do something like this, and you get some benefits out of it. I think there is something that Nintendo can do, at least with Brain Age, with it. Like it's not only educational, but it might be something beneficial for your health. Ring Fit Adventure could have like a live service in a sense. Like Nintendo could go in and really do some stuff with just the existing properties that they have. And it could feel like a mobile experience on the Switch too, but it could also connect to your phone. Maybe your phone is a tractor.
Well, that's where that social media app comes in, right? Where like you could have all this connect to that social media app that Nintendo's apparently working on of like, okay, well, maybe Ring Fit Adventure 2 comes out and here's my progress for the day. And maybe like the better you do in that, you remember that Rusty's Real Deal Baseball thing that they were dealing with on 3DS or whatever. And like you could deal with them to like buy mini games or something for cheaper. Like you could literally do that in there. And like maybe that's something they're testing for something else, right? Like of like, okay, Ring Fit Adventure 2, here's the new expansion that will like, new bosses to fight or whatever. But like if you reached your goal, if you like say you set a goal and you reach your goal by using the app, right? Like maybe you get a discount, like 10% off or something because you reached some goals, and maybe you have some that would go towards their health initiative, right? Like things like that could go a long way.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just the
Dude,
things that I'm thinking about, you know.
on top of like work with level 5, the professor later stuff, puzzles per
Yeah.
month.
Yeah, like just like if you subscribe to NSO, you know, Professor Layton, here's a new pack every month, every 6 weeks or so. You know, it's like Tetris 99. Look what they do every month or every 6 weeks. Like a new Maximum Cup with new skins and new whatever, and that's just part of your NSO subscription, right? They don't need to do a lot, right? They can still sell you the full package at $60, $70, whatever. But like, if you subscribe to NSO or you subscribe to their pass or whatever, like Fire Emblem Heroes, for example, has this thing called the Fey Pass, and it's like it's $10 a month. But like, you know, I'm not paying for that. But like, you just get, you know, 25 orbs every month. You get, you know, stamina juice. You get all the kinds of like upgrades and stuff for your characters just to use, so you can keep playing the game, right? And like, not that they're gonna have like free to play capturings like that, but like additive stuff to a complete package is what I think how Nintendo will approach this, because they will never ever try to sell you an incomplete package, right? Then like as long as like this current Nintendo is around, they will never sell you an incomplete package, but they will sell you additive stuff. Mario Kart 8 is a complete package by itself.
Yeah.
But like the booster pass, adding all those tracks is so amazing, right? That's all I'm saying. And like the costumes would be interesting, an interesting ad, or you know, cart skins would be an interesting ad for, you know, oh, it's Christmas time, here's a Mario Santa suit, or like a just winter themed pass that has like 25 levels on it, and if you get through it, you get all the things, right?
Right. And then like you could if you want to do it like, okay, this is the free to play game. If you want to buy all this content, it's this price. You're an NSO member, okay, we give you for a discount for $25 off or something like that. You get a discount because you're an NSO member. Like there's a lot of possibilities that Nintendo could do this. You know, you get the content, Nintendo, whoever partners, makes some money off of it, business wise. No.
Yeah.
I think the key thing is just like not losing, not giving them the full product, where it's like, all right, now it's just clearly like we're just trying to nickel and dime it. Like, because if Mario Kart came out with like the same amount of content or quality that like Mario Strikers or Mario Golf kind of did, because they just added more content later. And to me, Mario Strikers was really kind of disappointing for me. That if Mario Kart started coming out like that, that would be kind of like, all right, I'm a little nervous now as far as like, but the fact, I mean, you saw the numbers of all the all the titles that they're selling at full price. Now you're telling me like, hey, you because think about it, and like with even like Tears of the Kingdom, could you imagine them just adding like new pieces that you can build stuff with that have different things in there? Like, you've already beaten the game, so who cares? Just have fun. Just start building crazy stuff now, and here's some new pieces that are involved. Like, you've
like
already got
blueprints.
the bones there, so just keep adding to it.
Yeah. Or like blueprints for different vehicles, or like, you know,
I mean, once you have like the bare bones there, like Nintendo can just keep adding and adding as long as they've got it ready, you know, to keep building stuff onto it. Why not?
Yeah. You know, and obviously like Animal Crossing would be like a some sort of. It could potentially become some sort of microtransaction hell for people, right? But like, that overall, like Animal Crossing New Horizons is essentially a complete package that just revolves around different seasonal events, right? Like, what if you just had some additive stuff? If you're an expansion pack subscriber of like, here's some cosmetic, here's some shirts for your villager, here's some different wallpaper or whatever as NSO subscribers, right? And or even like, okay, you can spend your platinum coins. Maybe if you're an expansion pack member, you get extra platinum coins or gold coins or whatever through your NSO account, your Nintendo ID, whatever, and like you can spend you get extra coins for being an NSO subscriber, and then you can spend those on things for Animal Crossing or I don't know, exclusive things.
Well, I think doing the stuff through NSO is also maybe the best idea, because if you think about it, like, man, I hate playing NBA 2K right now because every time you get on there, it's an ad for something to buy instead of just letting me play the game. And if you like Animal Crossing, like, it'd be awesome if all that extra stuff comes to the NSO stuff, and you never get an ad while you're playing the game, but you go to someone else's island and they have like a certain shirt or a certain whatever. You'd be like, oh, how'd they get that? Then you go look at NSO and see where you get all that stuff. That way you're not getting bombarded with like with ads. That would be the worst. That'd be the worst thing that I think Nintendo could do, is if they just bombard you with ads in the game. But if it's on the NSO service, who cares?
Yeah.
So if they keep doing it that way, that would also help out a lot. And I think they could push it more, because you start racing in Mario Kart and you see like, all right, there's only green Yoshi available. Well, that one, they have a blue Yoshi over there. How do I get a blue Yoshi? Through NSO,
Yeah, some of that could start to turn dangerous, though. Like, I like Yoshi colors. That could be dangerous. Although, like, you look at a Mario, and he's like, oh, that's like classic Super Mario Brothers 1 color scheme Mario. Right. Where did he get that? Like, yeah, I don't. That'd be cool though. Get them. And
that's a bad example, because we already get all the different colored Yoshis. Yeah. But if you start doing like Funky Kong and Diddy Kong, and now we have a Diddy Kong Racing DLC pack, stuff like that.
Yeah. And you could even see third parties getting in on that at some point. Like, oh yeah, Diddy Kong Racing. What if we threw Banjo and Conker in there, or the stupid clock, or the tiger? What's that dumb tiger's name? The one with the blue hat that's in Diddy Kong Racing. Like,
yeah,
if we threw all those characters in there that Microsoft owns, huh?
Yeah. Put that elephant on his flying carpet.
Oh gosh, yeah. Or the big pig man. Why is Nintendo so obsessed with pig enemies?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nah,
I don't know, man. I think if anybody's going to pull this off in a way that people won't complain as much about, it would be Nintendo.
Yeah.
I would say not complain about, but we know how the internet is. They complain that $50 is too much for expansion pack. So,
I feel like that's just like a really allowed, like, people complain every month about what games come free on PlayStation Plus, but everyone's still downloads it anyway. Everyone's still on the service anyway. So who cares?
Yeah.
But if you start getting really predatory, then you get like the Diablo Immortal thing. Like, Diablo Immortal got too predatory, and then it really did affect them, as far as
and guess who's making the new Destiny mobile game? That's that same company. So
hopefully they learned, baby.
Judging by what I saw, they have not. The thing is, too, is like that game was actually kind of good, like pretty good and pretty interesting. But like, man, I hope your pockets are deep.
Yeah.
Or that's the only game you play or something.
So weird to me that it is released really close to Diablo 4 anyway, because like Diablo 4 was right on the horizon, so it just felt like it wasn't going to last long. But I don't know. People really like playing games on their phone. Not me though. My phone dies.
You know, about a week and a half ago, I would have said not me either, but here I am, like trying to grind out stuff in Fire Emblem.
Ask me in a week and a half when I download Fire Emblem, so we'll see how it goes. See if I start having the same problem.
Keep up with the progress.
Oh, it's so much fun. The thing is, though, is like Fire Emblem, like the Fire Emblem Heroes reminds me of the DS and 3DS games so much that it like, I don't know. It's something about the chibi / pixel art characters on the hand painted map, and your brain just kind of filling in the rest. You know. Also, it has all my favorite Fire Emblem characters in it already.
Yeah.
So I don't need to learn who the new characters are. It makes it even better. Anyways, enough about that. I'm really interested to see how Nintendo approaches this stuff. And maybe they don't do it at all because they're Nintendo and they're, 15 years behind everybody on everything. But
in fact,
I think their mobile stuff has the right idea.
We're gonna make them $50. We're making too much money. Our bank is too full.
Yeah. Miyamoto and Anuma are Scrooge McDucking it over there.
Oh, good googly mookie.
There's no room to dive in because our heads are too close to the ceiling. Oh, man. Reggie's in there too. Just retired. Sipping on some, I don't know, drinks out of the old DK bongos from GameCube.
You drinking Mega Man juice or something.
Oh, jeez.
No, the Mario Zelda cereal.
Mario cereal. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Remember when they made that cereal box in Amiibo?
Yeah.
They did? I don't remember that.
Yeah. There's a thing inside that you could scan it, and it was an Amiibo.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
Oh, Nintendo and your promotions.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, let us know what you think about Nintendo doing some sort of live service initiative, and if you think it'll be different from everybody else, or if they do it at all.
Yeah.
Because we might explore this topic more on an expansion pass or a one-up episode soon. Because I just think that this is fascinating, especially if you like really get into the nitty-gritty of each franchise that could possibly do it.
Yes.
So. Speaking of games, let's get into PAK Watch. I'm not doing what I did last week and getting all the weird stuff on eShop because guess what? I don't think anybody really cares. And there wasn't anything really interesting anyway other than these. So, on 2/11, you'll be able to play Sid Meier's Civilization 7 on your Nintendo Switch, as well as other platforms. The award-winning strategy game franchise returns with a revolutionary new chapter, Sid Meier's Civilization 7. Did I say 6? I meant 7. Roman numerals, everybody. Civilization 7 empowers you to build the greatest empire the world has ever known. Cool. On 2/12, Super Jaeger Bomb 2, Go East. Get ready for a thrilling new adventure in Super Jaeger Bomb 2, Go East. From Italy to Mongolia to Kazakhstan with new mechanics, events, bonus leaderboards, and more. Okay. On 2/13, Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds Ultimate. This is a side-scrolling beat-em-up with the heart of a fighting game, showcasing nostalgic pixel art and the latest cross-platform online multiplayer experience. Experience the biggest and most expansive entry in the Phantom Breaker Battleground series to date. On 2/14, The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2. Return to the Calvard Republic and unravel the mystery of the Crimson Beast. One day, a shocking series of murders set the wheels of fate into motion once again. Chaos looming on the horizon, the Spriggan Van Ark ride receives an unexpected visitor. Who is behind the murders and what is their goal? And then also on 214, the Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6 HD remastered trilogy is coming. Her legacy lives on. Play the next series of Tomb Raider adventures in this remastered collection of the Darkness trilogy. Titles included are Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation, Tomb Raider Chronicles, and Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness.
Yes.
So, I think people received that original trilogy pretty favorably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was my trilogy that I grew up on, though.
Mhm.
Well, 4 to 6.
Yeah, 4 through 6, Last Revelation, Angel of Darkness. I like Angel.
That's
I
the
love Angel of
interesting one that
Darkness.
everybody's going to be looking for to see if they cleaned anything up.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I remember, that game was not very highly received. But also, I wonder
No.
if people were just burned out on Tomb Raider at that time. You too, you know?
It had
like-
the Mega Man itis to it.
Yeah.
Angel of Darkness was a not a great game, but nostalgic for sure. For
Yeah.
me, at least. As a young person.
Yeah, I remember playing Tomb Raider 2 and 3 at a friend's house on PlayStation, and then I got Last Revelation and Chronicles on Dreamcast, which is where I played those games. So I never played Angel of Darkness, though. I remember it looked really cool, and I was going to get it when I got my PlayStation 2. But then the reviews came out in like EGM and stuff, and they were not great.
Yeah, that's what I read it in EGM.
Yeah.
Like 6s and 7s, the 6s and 5s.
Yeah. So, but hey, you're looking at somebody who still thinks The Bouncer is one of the best PS2 games, so whatever.
Well,
Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
I've
got to
play the Trail series. I want to play them so bad, but there's so many games already.
I'm still trying to figure out what order, but what game, how many games they have.
Oh, I think this is the 11th game in the series.
Yeah.
But the first one is coming out as a remake.
Yes.
Soon.
That's what I'm waiting on to start my playthrough, is to get that first one out.
Yeah.
So when that comes out, I'll be
so much talking in that game.
Yeah, it's an RPG. It's an anime RPG. What do you want, Ed? You want gameplay? You want gameplay?
Talking. Yes, I do want gameplay.
You want to play?
I don't need it to be a visual novel.
You don't want Kojima-sized cutscenes of anime characters talking about nonsense?
That's Xenosaga all over again.
Yes, give me Xenosaga remastered. Where's that trilogy at?
Oh, goodness.
Man.
45-minute cutscenes. I'd be like, shoot, dang, I can put this down. This is a podcast.
I remember playing the first one, and it was like I was playing it, and my parents were yelling at me to go to bed, and I was like, after this cutscene, but the cutscene was like, I don't remember which cutscene it was at this point, but like it was just so long.
Game.
Yeah, I just want to save. Oh man, good times, huh?
Yeah.
Major updates coming, by the way, to games you may or may not already own. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD is getting a demo on the eShop, so you can try it out before you play it. Tetris 99's 45th Maximus Cup will feature Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Fire Emblem Heroes turns 8 this week and celebrates with a YouTube channel and season pass. I don't know if the YouTube channel is new. I thought it looked new, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So erase that word new out of these notes that nobody will ever see. F-Zero 99 has been updated to version 1.5.6, adding new content and fixes. So if you're still playing that, congratulations. Game updates. Wario Land 4 is out for Game Boy Advance. That game was awesome. I remember that.
Yeah. Give me all the Game Boy Advance games. Wario Land 4 rules.
Man, if they just made like some RPGs that looked like Game Boy Advance games.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Man. anyways, I mean, I know they do, but
we
know
need
what I mean.
the people that grew up on those games to get old enough to make their own games. We need that nostalgia hit there. We're getting there.
They're all
Getting
in
close.
Brazil.
All in Brazil. Yeah. So Nintendo Music added Super Mario Kart and Pokemon Legends Arceus this week. You can go check that out.
Yes.
And then a reminder that well, I guess it's over now, but yeah, no NSO trials have been updated yet. So
just buy Dead Cells.
Yeah, sorry. Dead Cells. That's on sale though still.
Nice.
The complete edition with the Castlevania content is like $20. So if you haven't played it yet, I guess that's the version to get. But I guess it's time for question block.
Question block.
That we're here. We already read Shane's, so we'll get rid of that. But remember, you can submit questions, comments, concerns, and topics in Nintendo Pow Block through our community Discord, or our free Patreon tier, or any social media that you see us out there on. A lot of people have been leaving comments on YouTube videos lately, so we've been taking those as well. Subscribe, like, and share. YouTube, by the way, if you're there watching. Hello. Our first question comes from Gani7789 via Discord. This was actually supposed to be read last week. We didn't copy and paste it in time for the recording, so we're going to answer it this week. Simple one. Have you ever played Ridge Racer 64 before?
I have not, and I did download it for. I updated the NSO app for N64, but I have not got a chance to start it yet. Ridge Racer was such a PlayStation game, that it's a series that I really wasn't into. So with it coming to N64, it was just a game I just wasn't into yet. But I will play it on the NSO. So not yet, but I will play it in the future.
I did not see this question, but I played Ridge Racer 64 this morning. I did play Ridge Racer. I do like Ridge Racer, but I had not played Ridge Racer 64 until this morning, and I liked it. I just played the first track. I was like, cool, this is Ridge Racer.
Yeah, Ridge Racer.
Yeah, that's what I pretty much remember. So it's pretty fun.
Is this one of those ports of like a PS1 game that they just called Ridge Racer 64, like Mega Man 64 instead of Mega Man Legends? My
memory is hazy, but it could very well be, because I was like, yeah, this is Ridge Racer. as far as I remember, you could tell me it was the same thing. I remember the big Namco logo, just bam, everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I never played it. What?
Oh, I was going to say, where's my Resident Evil 2 N64 port? That's what I want.
Oh, I don't think you're getting that, Ed.
Yeah, I know.
You can play the cloud version of the remake on your Nintendo Switch.
Yeah,
I'm good. I mean, I have the remake on Xbox, but I remember Resident Evil 2. I did beat that on N64. The Resident Evil series is a weird one, because I beat it on so many different consoles. From 6 and 7, I need to finish, but 1 through 5, I jumped from different places.
I was more of a Cruisin' USA guy than a Ridge Racer guy, so I did not play this. But
I agree that Cruisin' USA is better than Ridge Racer.
I had to unlock the school bus and the cop car. I had no time for these Ridge Racer cars. So
wow,
the school bus, man, what a dumb car in that game. Although the new one, there's unicorns and stuff now. So
I also grew up playing like Gran Turismo as one. Gran Turismo and Muppets Racing at the same time. Which I don't know if you played Muppets Racing. Muppets Racing.
I did not.
PS1 was a legit racing game.
I played some Mickey Speedway USA though.
Same idea. Same. It might have been. They were probably. Was it made by Midway?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure the Muppets Racing game was also made by Midway. So
wouldn't surprise me.
I feel like
Exactly.
it's probably just different skin.
Mickey's Speedway USA superior to Mario Kart 64. I'm gonna say it.
I mean, that's not hard. Mario Kart 64 is not
Bad.
great. Yeah. I didn't want to say it, but it's not great.
Yeah. All right. Sam Hall writes in, what are your plans for Switch 2 once you get the console? Is it going to be your primary console, secondary, exclusives machine?
It's pretty much gonna be what it is now. Like with my Switch, it's my main console.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna be. Oh, go ahead, Corey.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I'm trying to consolidate everything to where I play games onto as single of a place as I can without turning on something else. And I don't know, with my kids being young still, and like they're getting really into Mario and Yoshi and all these other kind of Nintendo-esque franchises, like, and also the games that I like to play currently, like I Switch to, if it gets the games, it might be one of the only places I play for the foreseeable future. Like I don't remember the last time I turned on my PlayStation. I hardly turn my Xbox on anymore. I mean, I turned it on for Ninja Gaiden and Destiny for the first time since I downloaded Indiana Jones and played through that opening level, right? The Raiders level. But like I haven't, I just, time is a factor. How I play games is a factor. The TV use is a factor,
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll probably be my primary.
It'll be my secondary, as it always is, but I mean, we'll get to it. Maybe one of the next questions we might get into it, but for me, I just have so much of a library on PlayStation right now that I just can't. I can't imagine buying those games again. But it's going to be the exclusive machine for me. And sometimes, like a game like a Balatro or Dead Cells, a game that I can hop in and out real quick. Those are games that I buy on Nintendo just because. So usually when they're on sale. So
yeah. Speaking of our next question, Unforeseen Boy via Discord writes in, would Nintendo benefit from introducing a premium subscription service that includes new or recently released games similar to PS Plus or Game Pass?
No, they would not, because they're making too much money selling the games that they have now. So why would you put your stuff on a subscription base where you're barely or easily not going to make no money? Did you?
Yeah.
Corey just read in FamiNEWS 10 games that is over 20 million in sales. You think you're going to give that up at $60 a pop or to $70 for some subscription service? Nah, fam, sorry.
I agree that first party, they should definitely not do that or even consider it. But if they had like 30-party games on there, that would help.
Not even third party.
Hold on. I'm saying for someone who does not have a giant library of Nintendo games and all my games are on PlayStation, that would help make me.
Third party is making money off of these Nintendo sales on physical.
Why
do that?
Hold on, Ed. It would get me to make Nintendo my primary console if I had a bunch of third-party games that I don't have to buy again. I'm not buying those again. Not everyone has money like you, Ed. Not everyone's got big money.
No, it's not even me. If third party is also making money along with indie are making money almost like Nintendo, they're not going to join the subscription service if they are making money. If your game is shown on MPDs,
like though. Like they're not
doesn't matter if they could see that game for Switch on MPD on a weekly basis, or it's always selling out from limited run or anything else, they're not gonna join the subscription system or anything. If their game is selling off a Nintendo console because people still want physical, if they are making money off of that, they're not going to put it on a subscription-based service. Because guess what? just because you are a subscription based service doesn't mean that you're going to consistently play those games on a subscription base. On that console. You got the
Yeah.
highest tier. You got the new releases, and ain't nobody playing that game. You just giving them free money for $15. That's it. Like, no, we could collect 60. Third parties could stay in business and recoup some money from selling games because they're selling 1,000,000 plus. Indies could do the same. No, they're not about to do that on a Nintendo console. No. Now, if Nintendo wants to get to the collectors and everything, so they don't resell those games at a higher price, then yeah, go ahead and do it. But for a lot of people with Nintendo, we already know that we need to get the physical when it releases on any from first, third, or indie. We need to get the stuff because we know once the collectors get to it and they want to resell that game, it's gonna be 150 plus for something that only cost them $30 when they got it.
Yeah.
I think Nintendo. I think expansion pack is their premium subscription service. I think that's as far as you're going to see it. They might add stuff to that at some point, right? Like we kind of talked about earlier, whether it's new consoles or expansions to games or games as a service stuff, whatever, right? But I think that's what you're going to see. Maybe you see demos get added to that service of some sort for new games or something. But I think if any subscription services show up on Switch 2, it's going to be something like EA Play or Ubisoft Plus or one of these other publisher subscriptions.
Even if you get the basic NSO, people got to realize there are new games. The unreleased games that have came from Japan that's never been in America, those are literally new games. They never released out the country, and that's across from all systems that's on NSO. Those are new experiences for people to go out and play. Now, understand, you want the latest Assassin's Creed, or you want Madden, or whatever.
Well, I think with the power, though, I'm not saying that this is going to be a subscription service or anything, but I think with the power like that this thing supposedly has and the way that games scale these days. I think it's why PlayStation 4 is still out there, right? Like these games scale well, and like you're gonna see Nintendo get games that they haven't gotten in a long time, like Final Fantasy VII or Assassin's Creed Shadows probably later because they didn't get a dev kit in time or whatever. But like there's gonna be there will be 2 Assassin's Creed games at launch for this thing. It will be Valhalla and it will be Mirage. Those are going to be your 2 Assassin's Creed games.
And you already know that Nintendo doesn't update their services like that. So if you think that a subscription plan is going to be worth it, it's not. It's better for you to go ahead and spend the full price money and get your physical or digital copy and call it a day.
Yeah. And, Austin, I know you listen to a lot of similar podcasts that I do. Like, I do think subscription the idea out there is that subscription services have stagnated, and like they're more of a complementary thing than a full blown idea like Xbox had tried to make it before, right? So,
well, and that's why when I say that it could be a thing to help build people's libraries, it's not for first party. It's like games that have been out on Switch for a while. Like if you got like BioShock collection, Borderland collection, like that kind of stuff is what I'm seeing on the service rather than like I don't expect any Nintendo first party game to ever touch it. Maybe an indie game here and there, because you got to admit with the Switch store, it's so insane. There's so many games on there that you lose a lot of the cool indie games that people could be seeing because there's too much stuff on there. A service that kind of like points you in the right direction, saying, hey, Nintendo, let's say it's like 10 extra bucks a month. You're getting cool indie games that Nintendo is personally selecting for you that is drawing you to it. And you're probably going to, you you were probably going to pay $10 for it anyway.
Well, this is this is a thing with the NSO for people who got the expansion pass. When they release like the full game for a trial week, you have a full game that you could go and beat right now. But it's up to you if you're going to be dedicated to beat that game and play it fast enough. Like Nintendo is allowing that.
Who's dedicated
it's
anymore?
been up. But that's the thing with the subscription base. Like, if you're going to be paying all of this money, is your plan just to have it because you got a library of digital games and not beat them?
And there is a lot of that. I think a lot of people do it just to have the games somewhat available. I really do. I think people just like seeing they have a giant library of stuff that they can play. No one plays all these games. No one has time, and they do have time. They don't have jobs. Like that's literally what they do. I don't understand.
People have times even with jobs, but it's just what they decide. What they
decide
to do
hundreds
with that time.
of games. There's probably 200 something games on the PS Plus service right now. I work a normal 40-hour job. There's no way I can play every game on that service. That's a crazy thing to think.
You can play as many games as you want, depending on the time that you decide to dedicate that game. When you beat it, it could be 8 months that take you a long time to beat that one game. What I'm just saying is that if you're going to invest in a service like this, you got to get some benefits out of it. And if you're not getting anything out of it, just giving Nintendo free money just to have something, just to have a huge digital library, that doesn't make sense of me throwing money at you. Yes, I can understand. You can say the same argue. See, and this is what me and Bob.
You're saying that Nintendo wouldn't want to take advantage of more people. No, you're saying yes, it's a stupid thing. Yes, it is a stupid thing, but that's exactly what people are doing. They are buying.
But Nintendo could make more money off the physical sales if they could just charge you straight up $70. And if they could charge as much as they can, because in the story that we did earlier, those number proves what that money make. You're not going to make $700+ million off a subscription.
I understand it, but the games I'm talking about, no one's paying $70 for. No one's paying $70 for the Borderlands collection. No one's paying.
Tears of the Kingdom will argue with $20 million. They paid.
I didn't say Tears of the Kingdom. I said the Borderlands collection. We were talking about
You're talking about third party.
He's been talking about third party the whole time.
But you kept saying Nintendo.
On Nintendo. Third party on Nintendo.
Third party on
Open
Nintendo.
your ears.
I've said multiple times that no first party game would ever be on a service like this. Multiple times I've said that.
Yep. At least 3 times.
Question,
at least 3 times he said that.
In this question, he's including Nintendo.
No, he's not. No. Well,
I think he's
that's
just
what
talking
we're
about
talking
Nintendo
about
having a service. Not actually Nintendo.
But
we spent so much longer on this question than I highly anticipated, and they knew one of these questions was
okay. So a service that includes new or recently released games, no, that would not work. But if they were to do third-party older games, I think people would subscribe to it just to build a library, because that's what people like, is having a giant library.
Yeah, almost similar to what the not the core Game Pass, but whatever that second tier is. Of like you don't get day one games, but you get like back catalog of older games of I still don't think Nintendo would have first party games ever on a subscription service,
and I don't think third party would have it on it, because third party has sold a lot also on Nintendo consoles. So that's been making the money.
Think they have, but
but if it's doing $1 million plus on it. Like, why
$1 million is not a number people care about anymore, Ed. They haven't cared about that since 1997. Like,
I'm just saying for third party. That's all I'm saying.
Especially third party.
This is Dr. Evil here. Like,
all right, we're moving on.
$1 million.
I said $1 million plus.
I know. You're right. He sounds like Dr. Evil. asking for $1 million in 2000 and whatever.
This is why I love Austin. I told everybody when me and Austin get to talking.
All right, our last question. I'm moving on from this. I have a headache. With Nintendo confirming Metroid Prime 4 as a Switch 1 release, do you think Nintendo releases a full port to Switch 2 or just relies on patches or general Switch 2 hardware improvements?
This is from Sick Jake, everybody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, to me, if Switch is backwards compatible, they're going to rely on. They're not going to, I mean, I think whatever technology is within the Switch 2, it's just going to do that work for them. Nvidia's AI stuff is really impressive from what I've seen and can tell.
Me and Austin was talking about this like on EXP on the episode that I'm just like they'll probably just update it, like Microsoft does with when the Series X does with like 360 and Xbox One games. They just enhance them.
Yeah.
I don't see them doing anything separate. I think it's just gonna be. Now, will it come as a launch game? That's what I'm more interested in.
I bet they get Metroid Prime out Metroid Prime 4 out before
Switch 2.
Before Switch 2, yeah. To prove that it's a Switch 1 game, first of all, and then second of all, they can they can use that to say, look how this improves Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
On Switch
I was
2.
trying to think if it would just be like since Breath of the Wild was such a big hit when it released launch game, if they would hey, so because Zelda was popular, but Zelda got really popular with Breath of the Wild, if they would hope to see that same success with like putting Metroid as like a launch game, and making it bigger.
I wonder,
but
yeah, I mean, I wonder if it's so hard to know because I mean, Breath of the Wild was so different because you can't shove a Wii U disc into the Switch, right? Like. These are essentially going to be cartridges again. So like, what does that mean? What does an update look like? Like, are those updates on the cartridge and Nintendo's consoles just know which version to, play? Like,
right.
Is it a Xbox Smart Delivery type thing? Like we
won't know to probably the second.
Yeah. I mean,
that's true.
Yeah. But I don't anticipate them selling multiple SKUs this time around,
right?
Especially with something like Metroid, right? They're Metroid's not popular enough to do that. I don't think. I mean, it could be, but at this moment, I don't know. But that's all of our questions.
No campaign, just multiplayer, battle pass. Nintendo's turning a new leaf. We're working on online only games now.
Yeah, Metroid Prime 4 is the new Halo. It's just multiplayer and a campaign that's half finished, and they'll release the second half as Metroid Prime 5.
No, literally, it's just Halo. We're just calling it Metroid Prime now.
Yeah. Good times. Maybe we'll get a Master Chief skin in that multiplayer somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, good goody booty.
And an Arbiter skin.
Anything's possible.
Yeah. Speaking of possible, Ed, get us out of here. Help me.
All right. Well, Austin, thank you for coming. Any final thoughts? Everybody gonna be listening to these, be like, they just went at each other. Like I said, I love Austin.
Yeah, we do that all the time.
I was gonna say it's not like it's anything different.
But yeah, Austin, any final thoughts?
Well, I mentioned this on Expansion Pass. I don't really have any final thoughts, but Corey, have you heard of Captain Blood?
No.
I know you like the original God of War game, the game series. You've got to look up on YouTube Captain Blood. It is literally a game that has been in development hell since 2006, and it's coming out to Switch in 2025, as well as other consoles and PC, and it looks just like the PS2 God of War games, but it's pirates.
Oh, wow. Oh.
So, yeah, it's pirate themed. and it looks dated, but it does look kind of cool. But your classic hack and slash game, coins come out instead of the red orbs, so it's interesting. You gotta check it
What's
out.
it called? Captain Blood?
Yeah, Captain Blood. If you they got a demo of it on PC. It might be on other things. I'm not entirely sure. So I just learned of it today and it looks pretty cool.
Cool. I'll have to check it out. That sounds fun. I'm into it.
All right. Corey, do you have any final thoughts today?
Oh boy. I have a lot of thoughts, but yeah, I mean, just I'm ready for this thing to come out and just start covering the stuff and kind of doing it in a more meaningful way than, not that we haven't been covering Switch in a meaningful way, but just like playing the games, putting gameplay up, doing streams eventually, like getting Mario Party game nights back up going on. And the couple we did, Austin was part of one of them, or maybe both of them, I don't remember.
I know it was on one for sure. I don't know about
that 4 hour 30 turn one.
Yeah, we gotta knock it down to 10.
yeah but yeah, I just want to start doing more stuff like that, because it's been
and when the new Mario Kart comes out, we've got to do like a Mario Kart night for sure. I would love that.
Oh yeah got to do that for sure.
Get the battle pass going, get your Star Fox unlocked.
Yeah, unwrap that 4-star Rosalina, and upgrade them with your shards,
so you can get white wheels and white rims to match.
Yep, unlock it faster with this $5.99 booster pack.
Yep. And make sure you pay with it with not money, but green emerald gems. You got Mario coins. You got the purple whatever things from Mario Wonder. Chaos emeralds. Sonic isn't even in the game. We're using his currency though.
He might be now.
He might be now.
What if we had Mario Kart versus Team Sonic Racing?
Mario versus Sonic at the NASCAR games.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh wow.
Oh man. Good times, huh?
Mario versus Sonic at Formula 1.
Oh jeez.
Okay, really boogie.
Oh.
Well, everybody, for me, my final thought is, and we're gonna get out of this. This Friday is Valentine's Day, so hopefully you guys have a great Valentine's Day. You spend it with the time with the ones that you love, or how you do your romantic thing with somebody bodies. So with that, everybody, Austin, thank you once again for coming. Where can people find you if they want to, talk to you, hang out?
If you just add me at PlayStation on Twitter, I guess, and then really just the PlayStation app. Go on the Boss Rush Discord, and my Switch code's in there. I like playing games with people, so just hit me up. Nothing else.
All right. Well, thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Nintendo Pow Block. You can catch new episodes Monday on your podcast service of choice, on YouTube or on our free Patreon tier. Remember, if you're watching this video, subscribe on YouTube, like the video, and leave a comment. If you're listening, leave us a rating and a nice review. Get the show ad-free along with other perks like early access to Expansion Pass, Video Game Book Club, become a Patreon producer, exclusive content, and more by heading to our Patreon at patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. Follow us at Boss Rush Network and at Pow Block Podcast on all major social media platforms, including Blue Sky. And find all of our content, including reviews, daily banters, features, and more on our website at bossrush.net. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Goodbye. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.